Again. That's where that sound came from. You plug it in. Yeah, see. Say shalom.
Shalom.
Gotta put the headphones in.
Yeah.
All right, let me hold on.
Shalom.
Let's see if
The headphones.
let me see if it goes in.
Mute. Feedback sound. So without it,
Oh, let me see if it goes in.
feedback sound. So without it.
Shalom. Hey Solomon, one of the cameras went off too. I think too. Yeah, the left corner. I can't hear him back there with all the phones going on.
I got all of my cameras now. It should be good right now. The only one I took off was the 4 camera. That was the problem. For some reason, the audio was routing through there.
Okay. So Aria is the only one that's not in the picture. Based on what I'm saying. If possible, we could take the corner ones off and the one that got the 4 of us, we could scoot it back, so that all of us are up on camera. And it could be one. It could be just one screen. Yeah, it could go like that. That's cool. It could be just one screen.
I'll start from the top.
Okay. Shalom. If you can hear in the chat, put a 7 in the chat. God. 777 in the chat if you can hear.
It's just 2 screens. They ain't on one screen, they be all over.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine for now. We probably set it up different. Yeah, everybody can hear now. All praise to the Most. God. All praise to the Most High, man. God. I ain't little technical difficulties, nothing really too serious, but all praise to the Most High that we got another Sabbath up here and everything. So once again, let's bring out the book of First Ezra chapter 9 and verse number 50.
This is the book of First Ezra, chapter 9 and verse number 50.
Bring it up.
This day is holy unto the Lord.
Right.
For they all wept when they heard the law.
Keep reading.
Go then and eat the fat and drink the sweet.
Meaning you should enjoy the time that you have on a Sabbath day or any holy day. Any holy convocation, you should enjoy that time. Keep reading.
And send part to them that have nothing.
And with that, it comes a work also, right? Whether it's teaching the people and giving the spiritual food or giving physical food even, man. All of it is a charity and therefore it's a work of the Lord. For the Lord and for your people. Keep reading.
For this day is holy unto the Lord.
For this day is what?
For this day is holy unto the Lord.
Read.
And be not sorrowful.
Right? Meaning leave the stress at the door. Right? Don't come into the Lord's convocations, right? And his holy celebrations with any stress up on your mind. enjoy yourself, eat the fat and drink the sweet. Right? Keep reading.
For the Lord will bring you to honor.
Right? Keep reading.
So the Levites published all things to the people, saying, this day is holy to the Lord.
Right?
Be not sorrowful.
Be not what?
Be not sorrowful.
That's the lesson inside of the Sabbath. Be not sorrowful in the Lord's Sabbath or any of his convocations, man. All right. Let's go to the book of second. Go ahead.
So like it, right? Let's get a quick precept, right? To go into that sorrowfulness, right? Let's get Sirach chapter 30 and verse number 23. All right. Going into that sorrowfulness, how we're supposed to be or how we're not supposed to be, coming upon the Sabbath day. Right? Bring that up when you got it.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse number 23. Love thy own soul.
Do what?
Love thine own soul.
So you got to love your own soul. You got to love the time that you spend, right, on this earth, keeping the high and holy days of the Lord, right? Keeping all the feast days, right? Gathering around with like-minded brothers and sisters, right? You got to love your own soul, read on.
And comfort thine heart.
Right?
Remove sorrow far from thee.
Do what?
Remove sorrow far from thee.
So coming upon the Sabbath day, you got to remove that sorrow from you, man. Right? We understand certain things going on, but when it comes on this holy day of the Lord, this Sabbath of rest, right? You cast that sorrow far from you. Right? Read on.
For sorrow hath killed many.
For what?
For sorrow hath killed many.
That same sorrow or stress or depression has killed a whole bunch of people. Right? Everybody can bring out a testimony on that, man, knowing somebody that has done that, man, right? That has passed away because of stress, depression, right? Sorrowfulness, read on.
And there is no profit therein.
There's no profit in being sorrowful coming upon the Sabbath day, man, right? Like the brother was saying, this is a time to enjoy it, man. This is a time to be glad, happy, right? Showing that holiness that the Most High God, put upon us, right? Proceeding to Exodus, the 31st chapter. Right? So we're not supposed to be sorrowful on the Sabbath day, but instead of being sorrowful, we're supposed to be glad and of a joyful heart to be able to come around brothers, right? Come around sisters, eat up some good food, man, right? And kind of get into the scriptures, right? That's a glorious thing in the eyes of the Lord.
Right. Listen, keep reading on that.
Envy and wrath shorten the life.
Read it again.
Envy and wrath shorten the life.
You got to keep that in mind too. You can't be spiritually killing yourself on the Lord's Sabbath day. All right, keep reading.
And carefulness bringeth age before the time.
See, and carefulness, right? Get somebody pull up the etymology of the word careful. Right? The etymology of the word careful on Edom Online. Kind of got to get the sense, man. You got to kind of learn how to study the Bible. Go up into that etymology. Go up into the Greek. Go up into the Hebrew so that you could get the sense of what the scriptures is talking about. Because King, say it again.
Strong's getting that lexicon.
Yeah, get up in that lexicon and get up in them Strongs, right? Because things are not just, this is King's English that we're reading. So you got to get the sense, right? Whoever got it, bring it up.
I got it. It says Old English concerning mournful, sad, also full of care or woe.
Let's see. It said woe.
God.
Let's see that. Woe, destruction, mental destruction bringeth age before its time, man. That's really what it's saying, right? Being burdensome in your own mind, right? Bringing burden into your own mind. And doubtfulness, man, that brings age before its own time. You can't do that on the Lord's Sabbath, right? Keep reading.
It says also full of concern,
right? So cast the elder told me, man. He said, cast your cares unto the Lord, man. You got to do that on the Sabbath day, and on every other day too, but especially the Sabbath day, right? You could drop that. Go ahead.
We're talking about a fear, right?
Okay.
That comes in any form. The thing is, most people hide that fear because in their subconscious, they know they're not moving according to the law.
Right.
You know, You wait for a rebuke, but knowest thou not your own self.
Right.
Phrase in the scripture. You know what you're doing that's contrary to the Lord. So you have a certain type of fear about the way you moving in this walk because you may be stumbling at something.
Right.
But that's not like I say, especially when we want to relegate it to a feast day or a high holy day, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be partaking when your spirit is vexed like that. You need to be somewhere praying and fasting so that you don't, violate that sacred place that the brothers or sisters is gathering at and asking the Lord to bring his spirit into that place. But ultimately, that's a sign of something much greater that's about to come when you stressing out about what's happening in this world. So we get Luke 21 and 26.
This is Luke chapter 21.
Read it to 28.
This is Luke chapter 21 and verse number 26. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Hey, man, we got the rumors of wars, which have actually became wars.
Right.
The nations rising against each other. You got family members turning on each other. Jake killing his whole family and then killing himself. Eve killing the kids. All right. We got a young brother from Chicago just went to North Carolina trucking and they're trying to say he hung himself. Right. Just think about the stress his family is going through about that. So we see many biblical prophetic calamities falling on this earth right now. And a lot of people are in fear because they don't understand where it's coming from. But those of us who got the eyes to see, we shouldn't be having no fear about these things.
Right.
We know what's getting ready to come. Read on.
God, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Right? Is that we're not talking a physical shaking. It's meaning it's going to be a disruption. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That thing that you consider to be a norm or a peace is about to be shifted. All right. Go ahead.
Is most likely getting into like chaos.
Come.
Right. Verse number 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
That's a sign that Yahweh Shai, man, he kind of got his chariot warming up right now, man. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Him and the whole fleet. They mobilizing right now.
Right.
Right. Any day now that sky can crack open, right? Read on. Because this is why.
And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Hey, what you scared for, man?
Right.
You out here doing this work, serving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. This is why. For your redemption of you and your people out of this wicked, wretched kingdom of unrighteousness. You scared to go to the kingdom if that's what your destiny is to be? If that's the case, stop doing the work, man.
Right.
That's like Esau. He'd have known that he was helping the kingdom come faster by pressing us the way he did. He'd have probably left us alone. Leave them damn Israelites alone, man. That's gonna guarantee I get the lake of fire. I ain't trying to go there. Right? Leave them alone. It's the same for us. If you don't want the kingdom, don't do the work then. And you ain't got to be worried about falling short.
Right.
Right? Ain't no straddling the fence, man. You either on fire or you lukewarm. If you lukewarm, you're gonna get spewed out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, man. And that goes directly into that goes directly into what we're talking about, right? The Lord gave us warnings, right? You shouldn't really be scared, man. Right? The Lord gave you a promise of the things that he was going to do for you, even up into them times, right? Let's get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 46, and verse number 27.
This is Jeremiah chapter 46 in verse number 27. And he reads, but fear not thou, O my servant Jacob.
It said what?
But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob.
So don't fear. The Lord then already gave you a warning through his word about what he was going to bring upon the earth around the time that Christ comes. You shouldn't be scared, man. All right? The news come on, man. Oh, there's an asteroid about to hit Earth. Jake in there, he's shaking in his boots, man. Right? Oh, the world is about to end.
No more loud pack.
right. No more loud pack.
Honey duck is gone.
Right, for real, man. I don't know how I'm gonna live, man. Like just the woe is me spirit on the highest extent, man. Read that
Over
again.
wickedness.
Right,
God.
over wickedness. See, they scared that their wickedness is gonna be wiped away and they're not gonna be able to do anything like that no more. You know? Read that again.
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 46 and verse number 27.
Right,
But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob,
right.
and be not dismayed, O Israel. For behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest,
And being what?
and be in rest,
Read,
and at ease,
right?
and none shall make him afraid.
And so what you scared for? The Lord said that he got you. That's the synopsis of that verse. He said, I got you. Don't even be scared, man. And knowing that you literally have prophecy in front of your face on pages, you shouldn't be scared of anything at all because you should be already 10 steps ahead, man. Right? Let's get the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse number 23. We'll start at 23 this time.
God, we can read on. All right. It says, fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant,
right?
Saith the Lord. For I am with thee.
For he is what?
For I am with thee.
Read.
For I will make a full end of all the nations whither I have driven thee.
Oh, so salvation for who? Like, you can't, when you read this, salvation is not for nobody else but the Israelites. He said, everywhere else that I've driven you, I'm going to make a full end of those. That's a cut. Don't ever say that salvation is for other nations ever again when the Lord literally said he got smoke for them. Read.
But I will make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure. Salakia. But I will not make a full end of thee,
right?
But correct thee in measure.
He's gonna correct us, right? He's gonna show us the right way. Read.
Yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished.
Let's see, he's not gonna leave you wholly unpunished, right? Because you still gotta catch it. You still gotta get that whooping, man. Right? You've been going off. He's gonna purge away your sins. You think purging away your sins consists of a kiss on the forehead, right? And a rubbing of the crown? No, man. It comes with a whooping, man. And he said he's not gonna leave us wholly unpunished, but it's gonna be mercy. That's really what it is. It's mercy for our sins, but that doesn't come with a complete not doing of anything in regards to the wickedness that you've been doing up in the kingdom, up in this kingdom, rather. Right? What you got?
I'm pretty much going to say almost borderline the same thing. Like, it's that fear once again. You know you're not doing right. You're not going to go unpunished, right? If you read in Isaiah 44, I'm going to just read it in 2. It says, thus saith the Lord that made thee. I formed thee from the womb,
right,
which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Right? It's just like a parent, man. You're going to get your leeway because I know the environment that you're growing up in. There's plenty of temptation there. So sometimes you're going to fall short. But just know, when you know better, when you know these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you're supposed to be keeping them, you don't have no excuse.
Right.
So, yes, you could have did without and waited on me to deliver you out of that situation, but you took it up on yourself to find wicked ways and methods and ways to get those things of this world that I told you not to even worry about. You know what I'm saying? Build your treasures up in the kingdom. So you're going to get a punishment for it.
Right.
And Salakia, that's why he said, I would not make a full end of thee. But he said he'll make a full end of the nations, but not of thee, not of the children of Israel. So that's where that remnant comes in. Right? That remnant comes in because that's showing, hey, the Lord is saying, I'm gonna have mercy on you. Right. I'm gonna have the mercy on the children of Israel.
That's favoritism, Mark. That's favoritism from the Lord, because it's like they already wicked as hell.
Right.
I done told you don't even go over there around them. Okay?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not their fault that you took your hard-headed butt over there and got involved in what they had going on. But just because what they were doing enticed you,
right,
and you went over there and got involved, I'm gonna spank you. Well, I'm killing y'all ass.
Right. Exactly.
Because y'all shouldn't have had this going on to even tempt my children like that.
I got a couple precepts to go with
God, go ahead.
that. I'm about to give you the book of 2nd Esdras 8 and start at verse 26.
27.
2nd Esdras 8,
God.
26 and 27. Then get off to
got it.
2nd Esdras 9, verse 13.
This second.
2nd Esdras,
God.
chapter 8 and verse 27.
26 starts 26. King.
Well, start at 25.
Come on.
The 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 25. For while I live, I will speak. And so long as I understand, I will answer.
So
So long as I have understanding, I will answer.
So that understanding is these laws, statutes, and commandments, which we have to understand and give an answer to, and not only to the people, but to the Most High as well. So again, that's why we have to have this understanding. When you do have it, you give an answer for it. You don't have to give an account for all your actions. Keep going, King.
Verse 26. Oh, look not upon the sins of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth.
Look what serves you in truth. Why we worry about the wickedness, even of our people. Why we worried about people that's going off? Again, we trying to save you, but you should be worried about the truth. If he's gonna redeem you, he's gonna come back and save you by keeping his law, statute, commandment. That's what you should be focusing on. Why are we focusing on things that can bring us death? Keep going, King.
Verse 27. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in affliction.
Again, why worry about the heathen, their adventures, what they got going on, technology, different things that they can do? Why are we worried about that? We in afflicted and we still gonna get saved because we enduring through these things. That's what we should be worrying about.
It's a lack.
Go back to Luke 21.
God.
Understanding that these afflictions are of the signs of what's to come, man. The prophecies being fulfilled. Your salvation comes by this. These are the signs of your affliction coming to an end. I mean, your salvation getting nearer and nearer to you. But you don't have that understanding because you're so engulfed in this wicked world. Your eyes is not on the kingdom. Your eyes are not on the throne. You're too busy worried about what the heathen are doing. And I'm not just talking about the heathen of the other nation. The heathen of Israel, right? Damn genies.
But that goes to the next, which is 2nd Esdras 9 and 13. Somebody bring that one out.
2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse number 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished.
We shouldn't even be worried about how they're gonna get punished. What's gonna happen to them from the heathens of other nations, but also Israel as well. Don't worry about how they're gonna get punished, because the Most High got something special for them. But what should we be worrying about, King? Keep going.
And when? But inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
He created for the righteous. He created for you that's keeping the law, statute, commandment of doing these things. You should be concerned about that every day.
God.
About how can you try to get you a spot.
That's your John 3:16 to Isaiah 45 and 17.
God.
Yeah.
Come on, man. So that's what you should be worrying about. You shouldn't be worried about the heathen, the wicked, how they gonna get punished and win. Most I got something special for them. Letting them do all these things. Think about it. He's still controlling their heart.
Right.
He still created them. 2/3 not gonna make it of our people. And we know the other nations not gonna make it at all.
Right.
So don't worry about what's gonna happen to them. Worry about what's gonna happen, what could possibly happen if you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and hopefully get you a ticket into the kingdom, man. I just got one more if possible.
Are you really paying attention to your own walk? If you're paying attention to what's going on with them?
No, you're not.
You can't be. There's no way you paying attention to what the error in your ways potentially, or your consistency in righteousness if your eyes is fixed over here.
Yeah. It's like driving. How can I fully concentrate in my lane? I'm looking in yours.
Right.
I'm gonna crash.
Right.
Like I'm driving like this. I'm driving
Right.
Like, yeah. God. Stay tunnel vision. Stay in your lane. Stay between them two lanes, man. And get things done. Somebody just grab Isaiah 41, 13, and 14.
That's almost like meddling in matters that don't concern you.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Con.
And what if you over there all in their business and the Lord show up to bring death and destruction on them? Are you not going to get it too? You just put yourself in the path of a damn bomb.
God.
The Salakia. When you read the account of Josias, what happened to him? He wasn't up in his own lane. We'll grab that after your precept, actually. Go ahead.
41 and 13.
13 and 14.
It's Isaiah chapter 41, verse 13. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee.
He's telling you, he gonna hold your right hand and tell you to fear not. Because he's gonna help you. Like, I'm giving you the test and the answer. We say it all the time, like, fear not, I'm gonna help you. And he's holding you on the right side, which is the right hand. Keep going, King.
It's trust.
Yeah.
You don't trust the Most High.
You did.
You can't fully trust the Most High, man. If you're not doing the things that he's telling you to do, and it's that Jonah spirit. You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm telling you, yeah, I know I'm sending you over there to go and deal with them killers and them savages. But trust that I ain't gonna let them touch and harm a hair on your head. Now go, same thing with Moses. Go run up on Pharaoh. He's sending them up against giants. Same thing with Gideon. When he knocked 10,000 down to 300 against 100,000. Trust that I'm gonna do this, man. Jericho, when he knocked them walls down, man.
Right.
These are mighty men that you're supposed to take your lead from, man. When the Lord sends you to go do his work, you go do his work, man.
Yeah, come on. That's how with Samson as well.
Right.
He had to lose his vision to finally see.
Is it a hard thing for the Lord to shut many up in his hand, in our hands?
Right. In the hands of a few.
In the hands of a few. One of us will put, two of us will put 10,000 to flight.
Yeah.
This is trust we talking about in the Most High.
Right.
If you don't have it, that's because you're not serving him correctly. And you're not seeing the benefits and the gifts that come with serving him. So your faith in him is not increasing. You kind of stagnant around this boy.
Okay. Let's shoot. Let me give a few, right?
Let me finish
14.
Fear not, is verse 14. Fear not, thou warm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Man, I'm your Redeemer.
Right.
That's another cut to as well. That's only for Israel.
Right.
But again, I'm your Redeemer. Fear not. Like, Holy One, like, you are my people. You just do what I say. You got it. Hey, I got you. And it goes again with that trust. He's telling you, if you just do it, I got you. But we want to look into other lanes. We don't want to trust. We want to do our own thing. What if I add a little bit of me into what you said? No, I didn't say that.
Right.
I didn't say add a little bit of you. I need you to fully do what I'm just saying doing, and I got you.
Right.
Hey, Salakia, that's what he told Saul. That's what he told King Saul.
Come
Do exactly what I tell you to do. Wipe them all out.
Right.
And you left me.
I don't want no damn sacrifices. I don't want no damn turkey tips. I don't want no damn lamb jerk or ratatouille. Wipe them out.
Right.
Okay, man. He said, you know, I got this sacrifice for you. I got these lambs, you know, this for you, Lord. He said, bro, what you doing?
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I didn't ask you for that.
What is that going to do for the Lord? Like, really, when you think about it, what do he need? He don't need them physical things.
Right. Right.
Those physical things is for y'all.
Right.
At one point, them was for y'all to make y'all amends towards me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? To feed the people with. I'm in the third heaven. I don't need none of that. So don't bring it. I want a life.
Right.
I want sangre for sangre.
Right.
Blood for blood.
Give me some blood for blood.
Right. Right.
That's how I want it back.
God.
Liquid acid.
Liquid asset, the color of red.
Right. Let's get Romans chapter 15 and verse number 4. And Baruch chapter 4 and verse number 2 as well. All right. And get one more. Get the book of First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse number 1.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse number 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime was written for our learning.
So all the things that was written in the beginning was warnings for us. The Lord have used little people's real lives as warnings for us to get it correct. Right. And I think I said First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. I meant First Ezra chapter 1 and verse 1. But keep reading.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
That we might have hope. because that means that we're able to get it right if we're able to see somebody else's mistakes, right? Bring out that Baruch chapter 4, verse number 2.
I got it.
Let me precept that Romans real quick.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 10
and 11.
God.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse number 11.
Right.
Now all these things happen unto them for examples.
Right? We're supposed to be learning from the death and destruction of our hard-headed foreparents and brothers and sisters, right? Not following in that same path.
God.
And they are written for our admonition,
For our correction, right?
God.
upon whom the ends of the world are come.
See that?
Exactly.
That's playing up on
God.
tables, man.
Right.
You move contrary, life gonna end real fast for you.
Right. God.
Life on the fast lane.
Right.
Baruch 4 and 2.
God.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 2.
Right.
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Right.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof,
Meaning follow the laws, read,
that thou mayest be illuminated.
that we may be illuminated. Keep reading.
Give not thine honor to another.
We give not what?
Thine honor to another.
They kind of stay up in your lane, man. Right? Like we don't got ourselves together. Like what you teaching the heathen for? We need to get our nation up in order. We don't got our full, we don't have our 1/3, right? Sealed. We don't have the elect sealed, man. We need to worry. Yeah. We need to be for our nation only for right now. And then when the Lord crack that sky and we go through that wilderness, then after that, we'll worry about the heathens and getting them up in order. But we can't be a hypocrite in the sight of the Lord, man. A hypocrite not gonna make it to the kingdom. So, and we gotta make sure that the law that we putting forth, we done mastered that as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Right? Is more than that?
Give not thine honor to another,
Right?
nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
To a strange nation, man. Kind of worrying about yourself right now. You kind of got to take this time to self-evaluate yourself. It sound mighty when you banging on Esau, but if you're not applying these laws, then you're just as Esau. You catch the same judgment as he does, according to the book of Job, chapter 27, right? Job 27, verse 13 on down, right? The portion of a wicked man and the oppressor, two together, one and the same almost, right? So let's get First Esdras, right? Chapter 1, and let's start at verse number 1 real quick.
This is First Esdras chapter 1 and verse number 1. And Josiah held the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem unto his Lord, and offered the Passover the 14th day of the first month.
So King Josiah, he had probably the best Passover written up in the scriptures, man. Right? The most lit Passover written up in the scriptures. Right? Keep reading.
Having set the priests according to their daily courses,
right,
being arrayed in long garments in the temple of the Lord.
All right, so he had everything up in order. Keep reading.
And he spake unto the Levites, the holy ministers of Israel, that they should hallow themselves unto the Lord,
right,
to set the holy ark of the Lord in the house that King Solomon, the son of David, had built, and said, Ye shall no more bear the ark upon your shoulders. Now therefore serve the Lord your God, and minister unto his people Israel.
Right, and what?
And minister unto his people Israel.
See, minister unto your people Israel, right? You got to teach the people first. We'll worry about everybody else later. But if nobody knows the laws and the prophets, then our nation is out of whack, man. Right, keep reading.
And prepare you after your families and kindreds.
Right, and prepare you and your families after your and your kindreds, man. Right, after your kindreds, after your bloodline. Make sure that they're good and they're straight. Right, now jump down to verse number 15.
Verse number 15. The holy singers also, the son of
Salakia, 25.
Verse number 25. Now after all these acts of Josiah, it came to pass that Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, came to raise war at Carchemish upon Euphrates, and Josias went out against him.
So Josias, he basically saw the ops, man, right? And he wanted to get in on that action, right? But he made a mistake though, right? Keep reading.
But the king of Egypt sent to him, saying, what have I to do with thee, O king of Judah?
Man, Egypt, he's saying, hey, what you doing, man? Right? I'm not here for you. Keep reading.
I am not sent out from the Lord God against thee.
Right? He said from the Lord God.
Saying even his Lord.
It's not even his God, man.
He respected.
Exactly. And he listening to him. Right? Listening to the Most High and doing what the Lord told him to do. Keep reading.
For my war is upon Euphrates, and now the Lord is with me.
He said, what?
The Lord is with me.
Meaning, get the hell out of his way. And if the Lord is with him, truly, then the Lord did already warned you.
You gotta take it so long on that,
Huh?
Yeah, you got
you gotta
think about
pause
that.
on that for
Yeah.
a minute. How
You
the
gotta
hell
let it
does a
marinate.
heathen standing strong for your God
See that?
Yeah.
against you? Shouldn't that be the other way around?
Right.
Didn't that happen recently? All right. You had famous Richard, man, right? Ran up on Amalek, right? I think that was the last time he did that, man. He said, you know, that blacks are the true Jews. You know what that heathen said? He said, then follow the Bible. Where your zits. Cut him. Didn't have nothing to say after that, man.
Ain't seen him either.
You should know exactly.
You ain't seen him no more.
Exactly. And look, as an Israelite and knowing that you're an Israelite, should nobody out praise your God? Huh?
Now, Salakia, look. All right. He said, now the Lord is with me, and yea, the Lord is with me, hasting me forward. So the Lord is making me do this.
Yeah.
He even like telling him the Lord is with me. So it shouldn't be wrong, right? To say in this captivity, of course, the Lord in general is with the children of Israel, but to have Esau on top, the Lord is with Esau. The Lord is allowing Esau to do all that.
So hold that. Get Proverbs chapter 21 and verse number 1.
It's crazy because it's the evil that make you do the righteous. He got to move the spirit on them to vex you in order for you to run to
Exactly.
Right.
That's crazy.
Because
If he just left you alone, like, what's the purpose? If everybody had all the truth, all the knowledge, all the understanding, we wouldn't even be have to gather together. Right? We wouldn't be having no holy convocations. All of these gatherings and feast days is about us making the law plain upon table.
Right.
And getting understanding collectively so that we can move as a nation with the same accord, same goal. But if everybody already had that knowledge, we'd be in the kingdom.
Right.
This wouldn't be a captivity.
God.
And that's just crazy in regards to Israel. You got to get a spanking to ever listen. You got to go through something to listen. You can't take the easy route. Like we too hard-headed, too stiff-necked to ever just take the easy route. Like you got to take the hardest path, the toughest road, just to come back to get what's yours, which for you. Okay.
That's true. Bring that out. Proverbs 21 and 1.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse number 1.
Because there's gonna be there could be scoffers that be like, yeah, the Lord is with Esau. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord love everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's different, man. It's different. Read that.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord,
right?
As the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
The Lord uses other nations for his pleasure. They're pure entertainment. Like it's for his bidding. Right? That's what's going on when it comes to even this Egyptian king, this Pharaoh, right? When it comes to damn Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, right? When it comes to Vladimir Putin, who was quoting scripture.
Zechariah.
Yeah, quoted Zechariah, man. Right? So that's how the Lord moves with the other nations, but it's all for actually his benefit and your benefit, man. Right? Go ahead.
And so I like you. So again, it's also his entertainment in regards to the heathen, but it's also to show you Israel in regards to how you're not playing, because if I created them to be beneath you, they're less than, they're not smarter than you, they're not more athletic, they don't have no flavor. And these are the people I have ruling over you. It's like, stop playing with me. Like, I can control everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these people have, is not special than you in no shape or form, Israel. But these are the ones I have over you and control you in all aspects of the world right now. So it's like, it's the mock the heathen too, to make them feel good again, because they create their own destruction. But it's also to show Israel, like, I gotta keep anteing up the punishment to keep showing you playing upon the table, bro, that I'm not playing with you just to come back to these law, statutes, commandments and serve God, serve the Most High.
Okay.
Hey, Salaki, I got 2 instances where the Lord used a heathen to check Israel. Remember Meek Mills?
Oh, come on.
The bus that he had,
Mm-hmm.
where he had the black woman on the bus twerking, put it on the bus and everything. Edomite came up to him and checked him and said, how you going to talk about black this, black power this, and black lives matter and everything, and then you got your woman being paraded on the bus as whores? You ain't for your people. But then you get mad when white people start to kill your people. But you, one of the problems, you parading your own people as whores, as sluts, and all of this stuff on the bus.
Because they don't think that, they think death is it's like one phase. It's just a physical death, absence from the flesh. They don't understand that death comes in the form of morality as well.
Right.
You're killing the moral fiber of your women, the imagery of the women. You're taking away her self-esteem. You're reducing her to $1. Okay, you want this money to pay your bills and take care of your kids, then belittle yourself and have no shame about yourself and get on this bus, get naked and dance in front of a bunch of thirsty wolf, hound and slobbering Negroes. And we'll throw money at you. That's like
detestable.
Disgrace and detestable. Yeah.
Also respect.
What you're doing to her, you're reducing her to nothing for money. It's the same as Esau and them selling our men and our women off for money and wine.
Right.
Just so that they can, well, they didn't benefit from it, but in this case, she needed to take care of her kids, pay her bills.
See that? And they don't put in a perspective, like Israel sometimes don't put in perspective. The way that you act, it actually has a reflection on the Most High God. And that's why you get punished.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing, it's really nothing more, nothing less. It's because you're profaning his name. Right? And Israel is not the name of the Most High. When it talks about his name, it's talking about his reputation. You're just a representation of that reputation. That's it. So when people look at you, they're supposed to see how the Most High God conducts himself. But when you acting all out of order, then what happens? Right? You profaning the reputation of the Most High God instead.
Astonishment kick in. People
Right.
say they shake their head at you and kind of shame on y'all. All out of people. These are the people that the Lord chose.
Yeah.
To represent and be his kings and priests.
Right.
And judges of the earth.
Yeah, the Lord gave you warnings on what he would do to you if you do not represent him well. The Lord gave you that warning. All you got to do is read it. It's not that hard. Read it and apply it.
That same image is what Moses persuaded him to not kill y'all ass.
Right.
You might as well left them in Egypt in captivity. Your name is at stake, Lord, for you to bring them out here and put them all to death. You should have just left them where they was at.
Speaking about that, Kirk Franklin too.
Yeah.
There was that one.
See that?
He had a what was it, award show?
Yeah.
And he said he's God, preacher, and all of this stuff. The Edomite checked him on that too.
God.
He said you should be ashamed.
Right.
Everybody with all this devil worship and all of this stuff, and you the only one talking about you a pastor, a man of God, you coming up, you get an award, you get a speech, and you don't even praise the Lord.
Right.
That's why the Lord made him fall off the stage and break his neck.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment.
The same place you denounce my name and profane me is where I'm going to bring your destruction and shame. Fall off the stage. Sent one of them angels down while he down there trying to stomp his ass off. Right. Threw him right off the stage. Broke his damn neck.
Right.
So even in that case, yeah, hypocrite in itself, you know, just because like making all this, you know, gospel music call yourself a pastor, this and that.
Right.
Then your son a sodomite.
Right.
Right.
Your son a sodomite.
Look how he look.
Look how he look.
He look like one too. Yeah, outliner and all this stuff.
Starting to become a sodomite. This is the ways of this world, though.
You see that?
Then the Lord
Yeah.
tell a man by the way he dressed and his countenance.
God.
The man is wearing these proclaimed by the Creator jeans for the 5 city revivals.
Oh
The
yeah.
Most
Okay.
I'm telling you, man. The Most I ain't dealing with the tight jeans.
And
Right.
yeah,
5
and
city
he wearing
revivals,
and he
man.
wearing damn mascara and stuff. Man.
Right, man.
Salaki, that's actually that's embarrassment. That's straight out the gate. That's embarrassment of our people, because the heathen even know that we supposed to look majesty and royalty, but our people looking like that, putting mascara on them, painting their fingernails, the grown man putting on heels.
And this is what
dress?
the Greeks used to do.
Kind.
Was them
Greek
cats,
fashion.
Kind.
they used to
Mhm.
wear the dark eyeliner and
Yep.
all that under their eyes and
Mhm.
stuff.
Spartacus, it shows it too. Spartacus.
Yeah.
So you still keeping the ways of their customs.
Kind. I got a quick precept.
And I think he was probably one of them sorority dudes too. Man.
What do you call it? The purple gang?
Kappa
You
Phi
talking,
and
about,
Phi.
yeah, you talking about the Q dog.
Q dog.
He probably one of those
I
Kappas.
think he was
Most
one of them too, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I think he was.
That should be a key point why you should not vote for Kamala Harris.
Right.
Don't vote for none of them, but I think when she was in AKA, what it's called, man. Most I ain't dealing with them.
Right.
Most I ain't dealing with those sororities, man.
Kind.
Greek stuff, and that fits right into this precept, man. That's things get pushed. You know, that's the first thing they be when you do when you go to college, man. Kind of
Precept.
join a Proverbs chapter.
Speak up.
Classic Proverbs 29 and verse 27.
Kind.
Classic, because that's one of the
Proverbs
first things.
chapter 29,
That's one of the first things that they want you to do, man.
verse number 27.
All wickedness, man. First couple weeks on campus, man, you going straight parties. Man.
Right.
You're not worried about your classes, man, getting your books, none of that, man. You're going to the quad, man, and do this and that. But that's the wickedness of this world, man. Hey, man, one thing you know is when you're a just man, it's an abomination to you, but hey, keeping law, statute, commandments, Most High is an abomination to them. Like Kurt Franklin, that's a living contradiction, man. Make all this gospel music, man, this and that, have Sunday best popping, but don't keep a damn law.
Right.
Man, probably, hey, Sunday best going crazy, man. But then on a Sabbath, they cooking the pork like crazy. Man,
Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just.
So an unjust man is an abomination to the just, man. When you're moving righteous in this thing, man, keeping the law, statute, commandments to the Most High, you're going to see the ways of the unjust man and be like, that's an abomination. Same-sex marriage, man. That thing going crazy. Like I said, hey, the baby mother to stud rate is going crazy at this point.
Hold up, did you see the Eve who said
I'm
she
going
finna be
back.
done with dealing with women?
Right.
I'm going back to man.
Right.
Come on.
These women is busters. They bums. They don't want to pay for nothing. They don't want. They just want to be taken care of. It sound like the regular Eve.
Come on, man.
Yes.
But it's like that, man. Hey, that rate is going crazy.
Even
man.
look at what the brat,
The
her
brat,
so-called
yeah,
wife that cheated on her with a man.
With a man.
See, I got to say, she went and got a BBL. Then went and
They
got,
got a
a
man.
Right.
Like, this is what's going on, man.
But you know what
Right.
signs what that show you? It shows you their insecurity with themselves.
Right.
They searching for attention. A lot of them got daddy issues, man. Either they have been fondled on by daddy or daddy just wasn't there. So they never learned or had that love and affection and attention that comes from a father to his little girl. And they out here looking for love, as Alfalfa used to say, looking for love in all the wrong places.
Right.
You don't know who you are. You waiting on somebody to tell you who you are. And if me telling you who you are lends way for me to victimize you for my own personal reasons and gains, then this is who you are. This is what you is.
Right.
Right? And this is what we see with these women out here.
Yeah. It's getting crazy, man, at this point.
God.
Sisters, like I said, same-sex marriage. Hey, man. You got the sisters, but the brothers doing it too, man. They going
Man.
crazy with it, man. Dressing up like women, transformer community, man.
Right.
But what
It's
do we
getting
always
bad
say?
out here.
Eve is the ones who help usher them dudes into position.
They
Because
support it,
he didn't want no quabah from them.
They
So
support
they
it.
was happy. They supported him full-heartedly. Now they coming after your man. Now he's coming after your organs.
Right.
They want to kidnap y'all, take y'all organs, put them in him. So you're completely obsolete.
You gotta think like this, man. They be ready to fight you, man. Once you get one complaint, hey, like, bro, you a dude. They be ready to bug up, man.
Look at
He
the
be ready to
Instacart
bug
walk
up.
past camp the other day.
Yeah,
right.
That linebacker.
For real, bro.
With some pride to him, too.
Saying, man,
Oh, yeah.
Too proud
the
walk.
man was built like Ray Lewis in the prime,
Halter top on, man.
We tell him
madness.
that's off, man.
The hell?
He started switching his hips a little bit more. Like,
Yeah, he got in proud with the walk.
God.
like, man, the pride,
Oh man.
construction, man.
You see
Look,
that?
It's like dealing with that.
We can't
Smite it down.
Like that's
God,
the
real, God.
that's the ways of domination.
God.
But the finish off the way.
2013.
Right. Now look.
Finish off what's the-
Go. Finish that up.
Yeah.
And he that is upright in the ways is abominable to the wicked.
And the unjust, man,
It's
they
an
gonna look at,
abomination
you
to the
know,
wicked. Salaki.
the unjust looking at the brothers keeping the law, statute, commandments as an abomination. Multiple ways, man. Hey, you got feast days coming up. If you look at look at the calendar for the Feast of Tabernacles, man, that's in the middle of a work week. Middle of Esau's work week. They be ready, want you to slave like crazy.
Right.
Kind of got told, hey, I gotta take this. What? Man, you gotta take a week off. What you in the woods?
From Wednesday to Wednesday?
Wednesday in the woods?
Hey, they'll
You know-
be like, I can only give you 3 days.
Right, right.
Days, man. They gonna hit you with that. You black, man. What you doing in the woods? This is things you're gonna get hit with, man. That's Esau, but hey, don't let it be Jake or Eve, man. Don't let it be these 12 tribes. They really gonna get them.
Right.
You black, what are you doing in the woods? That's things you get hit with. 7 days. How can you survive in the woods, man?
Right.
Like this things you're gonna get hit with, man. Keeping the law, statute, commandments is gonna be, you know, abomination to the unjust, man. Not celebrating the birthdays and stuff.
God.
You was throwing the biggest parties when you was in the world, man. You know, we used to have the bottles, we used to get the section and all that, man.
Right.
You used to have the big hundreds. So they hit you with, man. Now you're like, I'm in the truth, man. Can't keep no birthdays. What you mean you're not celebrating your birthday, man? Somebody smack this dude real quick. Like that's really how they move, man. Things happen.
Hey man, we gotta normalize some things, man. All right. First of all, and we gotta set a trend, man. Take a picture with your Bible like you was taking a picture with that bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want all the poses because you know
Oh.
Jake, he'll hold that thing. Yeah, man. Take your sword, man, and kind of hold that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like you count money, right?
Right. Like you count money.
Hold your books like you know all
That's
your
back of
historical
money.
books like you had all them hundreds.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
take your sword, right? Take your Bible, man, and pose with it like you do with your gun then. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this the best weapon. Huh?
The best weapon, man. Anything other than that, you know what I'm saying? You just embarrassing the Lord, right? Let's get a precept real quick. And now I want to go back to that first address. You had a quick precept? Go ahead.
Come. You want to get
Come
that
on.
one first?
We'll get that one. All right,
Yeah.
Malachi.
I actually got about 4 of them.
It's the book of
I've been holding.
Chamber 4.
Let's
It's
see
the book of Malachi.
Brothers got bankrolls and precepts.
Right.
Good putting them in the vote, man.
Because
That's the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse number 16.
bring it up.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it.
That's Salaki. It's this from the Lord hearken down is what I want to really focus on. Really.
And the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name.
This is not being taken into consideration.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That everything that you're doing, man, you sitting around and y'all are glorifying, talking that I'm on demon time, giving power to Hasatan and robbing the Most High of his glory. And man, your name is being written down in a book.
Mm.
It didn't just say be written in a, like, you already got the book of life, all right? But he said this is the book of remembrance.
Mm.
It's almost as if the Lord is saying, if it get too out of hand where I'm losing track of what's going on, hey, pull out the books.
Records.
Pull the records out.
Right.
Because like, go back to Genesis, where every abominable imagination of heart, men excelled in it, and it got worse and worse. That I gotta now make a book to remember all your righteous deeds or either all your wicked deeds, right? So he's talking about brothers like us and sisters that we know, our brothers and sisters that serve in the Lord. Our conversation is always scriptural filled. We find excuses and reasons to make the scriptures relevant in our life.
Right.
This is what's being written in the book of remembrance about us, right? Cool points. Just say you 1 point short of getting in the kingdom. He pull out the book of remembrance, kind of like with Haman and
Ahasuerus.
And the king Ahaz or Ahasuerus, right?
Right, Ahasuerus.
How he had to pull the book out for Mordecai. You see what I'm saying?
God.
Oh man, get that book of remember on him, man. Oh yeah, you know what, man? You got so many extra cool points built up over here, man. Yeah, go ahead on up in there. But then here come wicked ass Jake, make it there. Of course, I'm gonna be, if I'm there, I'm on the sideline saying, what the hell he doing here? Okay. He might have at the last just made it, right?
Right.
But then that book of remembrance open up, and the Lord is saying, oh hell no. This nigga almost slid up in here.
Right.
Hey, bouncers, get him out of line. No, not him. Yeah.
Right.
Take him over there.
Search him first. If he got a honey Dutch in his pocket, fall on his neck.
Ain't no 35s up in here unless it's a scripture.
Right.
A lot of most I really ain't dealing with the new vapes either.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
They got the screens on them bad boy. You play music on it, man.
Damn.
Music on
Really
the
smoking,
tape.
man. You really smoking the house now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? You saw
They got Bluetooth vapes.
Bluetooth vapes. Wow.
Jake at the job, bro. What else? Hey, man. Like, think about it.
Making you calm.
At the job, man, you
Nah,
can't even bring out
nah.
a phone, man. This dude just snuck a Bluetooth vape into the job.
And you know
So
that
every
it's one.
time he
Look,
needed his music playing.
look, no.
And then you
It's
gonna
one
risk your
ignorant
employment
It's one
just to
ignorant
hit
Jake,
it.
man.
Man.
It's probably one Jake just coming into the truth, and he got camp videos playing on his Bluetooth vape, man. All right,
Come on, man.
yeah, man.
Smoking the scriptures, man. Like, come on.
right.
Come on.
Right. Talk about a burnt offering, man.
Gonna be a word.
Madness, man.
Abomination or wickedness.
Nah, it's a lot.
Uh, right. That the Lord gave you warnings that it was gonna be madness up in these last days, man.
That's straight embarrassment to
God.
the Lord. Doing things like that. You smoking your Bluetooth vape with playing camp videos. Talking about bring it out. What?
Proverbs 18:1, man. They desires that they chose have separated them
From their God, man.
Yeah.
This is
Let me
going back
grab
to
it
the
quick.
lesson, man. The Lord warned us, man. When you look at these behaviors, you can see that our people are not taking heed to the warning.
Come on.
They kind of looking at the destruction list, saying, "Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
God.
I'm living my best life.
Right.
We all gonna die anyway."
No, you gonna die anyway.
No, for real.
All right.
You know, Jake always
Don't
thinking,
put us all
it
in
can happen to
the
everybody, but it ain't gonna happen to me.
You're wasting your time with that Bible. We all gonna die anyway. The Lord gonna forgive everybody. We all going to heaven.
See, that's what they think, man.
That's one hell of a
Your
doctrine.
ass there, I don't want to be there.
Right.
Hey, in Salakia, there's different ways of death.
Yeah, con.
There's different ways of death. You get a quick death, you get a slow death, you get a torturous death. The Lord could give you immortality and drown and put your behind in the coffin and have you drowning for 1,000 years straight, and you don't die.
Oh,
That was
Oh,
up in
God.
the movie. Yeah,
Remember they
yeah.
threw her in that coffin with the holes
with
in
the-
it and threw her in the water?
Yeah.
She just
She
kept
was
that.
mortal.
Yeah.
Every time she wake up drowning and die again, wake
Right.
up die for 1,000 years.
Right.
It's almost like that death that will run from you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Right.
in- that's
That's
in Revelation.
that's definitely
on
something
too.
man.
Death shall flee from me.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
Salakia, there was this TV show I used to watch called Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
I was before the originals.
Right.
You know that dude died too.
He died?
One of them the cat that used to play in the show Lucifer.
Oh yeah, the older
Who?
dude, the older
The
dude.
dude who played
Yeah,
Lucifer
yeah.
in the show.
Yeah.
Lord Smoke.
2 weeks ago.
Oh wow, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, Lord
Well,
Smoke.
sure, all praises. Sure.
Yeah, but that showed the Vampire Diaries, the dude Stephen. They all vampires. The dude Stephen. Somebody kidnapped him, locked him up in a damn coffin, and dumped him into the water, chained up. Damn near, the dude was stuck in the water for like about 4 years. And he just kept dying, come back to life. Dying, come back to life. Dying, come back to life. It messed up his mind so much. When he finally got free, he went berserk.
As soon as you wake up, you drowning already.
Right.
You coming out of the death trying to catch a breath with a mouthful of water.
He got breath every time he wake up. He
So
got
Alvin
extra
Death.
breath. Yeah.
And mind you,
That's
he was
crazy.
immortal.
Yeah.
So there's different ways of death. So Jake, if you think nigga everybody gonna die, no nigga, the way you gonna die, it's gonna be something special.
Right.
Proverbs 15:3.
All right.
The lesson is the warning from the Most High, man. But it's one thing that he gave a warning. You think he's not watching to see who's taking heed to his warning?
This Proverbs chapter 15 and verse number 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
See that? Who keeping the ordinances that I gave in this warning? Right? Who's taking into consideration that these ordinances say that if you don't do this, I'm gonna kill you and your damn kids to the 3rd and 4th generation.
Right. Right.
Our people selfish. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna die anyway. Okay, what about your kid? They still got to come up. You want what's for you to fall on them? Because the Lord, he's so ruthless with it. He'll say, you know what? Killing you is a mercy.
You know, Jake,
I'm gonna take your kid from you. That'll suffer you.
Yeah, they don't consider that part. But what Jake got up in his head is, I'm gonna die and then my children.
Right.
All right, so they gonna die eventually anyway. No, you're gonna feel that death.
One more, Sirach 23, 19.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse number 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
That's who Jake and Eve are worried about. What the next person gonna say about them. Like everything about their life is set on the eyes of men. Trying to please their homies, you know what I'm saying? With all of this peer pressure and stuff like that, they giving in to. They come before us at camp and they profess, they know that they shouldn't be doing what they doing, but yet, man, that's what it is. It is what it is. That's basically saying that's what everybody doing.
Right.
So it's okay. Right? Go ahead.
And knoweth not the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Right.
Everybody watching. The angels is watching. We watching. The prophets of old are watching.
Right.
Yahweh is down here somewhere, murking somebody as a death angel, and he's still watching. While killing one. You know how many ambulances we see on the Sabbath?
Yeah.
All throughout the week, you might see one. But come Friday night sundown to Saturday sundown, non-stop.
Right.
He murdering on his Sabbath. That's the reason for him to be so angry, man. I'm supposed to be resting on my Sabbath. Y'all got me out here killing. Like, think about that. Y'all like Esau, forcing the Lord to work on the Sabbath, man.
Hey, you telling one angel go there, miracle.
Hey.
Go over there,
Hey,
miracle.
Salaki, check this. I just looked this up, right? On www.thecut.com. It said over the 15-year, literally. Over the 15-year period, Life Science examined, Saturday led the pack had 5.7 million deaths. On the other end of the spectrum, Sunday brought up the rear with 5.6 million, a difference of just 1.8%. So it's basically saying the leading deaths throughout the week, the most is Saturday.
It's on the Sabbath.
On the Sabbath.
We see that though. We get upset. Why every time we at camp, these damn ambulances is fault? Because we have created a holy ground. And all around that holy ground is unrighteous, wicked demons. So the Lord is putting them to death. Look at how cottage have been cleaned up.
Right. God.
As a result. How many murders took place right there while we at camp?
Yeah, literally. About 5, 6.
How many people did we read them their judgment and they walked away scoffing, and then the next day he shot in the leg, he got a broke leg, he done got ran over by a truck. All right, go ahead and finish it out.
God, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
Because that's the thing. What Jake do when you think ain't nobody watching.
Right.
What he's saying in his mind. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Those are them secret parts, them unrighteous thoughts that you have, and the stuff you think you doing and nobody's seeing. But you don't realize that, yeah, okay, you can hide from us. What happens in my house is my business. Yeah, well, the Lord inside your house too.
Right.
He watching. Go right ahead.
What's the precept? I think it might be up in Proverbs chapter 7 or chapter 6, where it basically say that they say that these 4 walls hide me from the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Who shall see us, basically.
Remember in Ezekiel?
Yeah.
In Ezekiel, the Lord said, he basically told Ezekiel, son of man, hey, come, look at this. Look what's going on behind the temples.
Right.
And he's like, what? They facing towards the sun and worshiping the sun.
Right.
They getting high, smoking drugs and all of this stuff.
Right. Hot boxing.
Right.
The temple.
Hot boxing the temple. They got animal faces on the damn walls and they're bowing down and worshiping. And this is all in the temple where everybody think you're safe and you're hiding from. And the Lord showed Ezekiel in a dream what was going on behind the scenes.
God.
And Salaki, that's another thing where you can do whatever sin you want. The Most High already, the Lord is literally looking at what you're doing.
Right.
And got the angels recording every single thing you're doing. Look at David. David slept with Bathsheba and only told Joab. It was only between David, Joab, and Bathsheba. They knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they killed Uriah.
So he thought.
How the hell did Nathan find out?
Right.
And Nathan wasn't there.
He came in and he thought Nathan was talking about somebody else.
Right.
He said, kill him.
Nathan said, man. What was the parable? He said, hey, there was this one man, a rich man. He had 100 sheep.
Yeah.
There was this poor man. He only had 1 sheep. And the rich man seen the poor man's sheep and wanted to take the poor man's sheep.
And then happened to him.
Right. And then David is sitting on a chair. He like, man, oh, who the hell is that? We gonna have to kill him.
Yeah. Point me to him.
Where he at? And Nathan hit him cold. He said,
he said, what? You took his wife, right. He tried to kill him.
Right,
yeah.
But he was the righteous brother and said, I ain't going home. God. I ain't trapping with the bros, man.
Right.
So David was looking at Nathan, and he's probably thinking, how did he find out? It was only me, Joab, and Bathsheba, and the dude Uriah that I killed.
Right.
What happened? The Lord showed it to Nathan in a dream.
And you don't hear this part, but assume at that moment David said to himself, kill this nigga. Right. One of them niggas went back and told this nigga Nathan. Right. Them the only niggas who knew about this. He might have started thinking like
He
that.
mad as hell. The Lord showed it to
Wicked,
Nathan in a dream. Think how cold that is.
Right.
You can hide something. The Most High will use your ops and show them what the hell you're doing behind your damn back. You won't know what the hell is going on. He showed it to him in a dream. Every single thing David did with Bathsheba, him bringing in Joab to bring Uriah in, throw him into the front line to get him killed so he could take his woman. And Nathan was nowhere in the room. He didn't hear the conversation or nothing. The Lord literally showed him everything that happened in the dream. That's cold, man.
That's cold. Especially with dreams are just plain, like, and to make it plain upon table. You know, some dreams you might got to interpret.
Right.
Some dreams you might not remember everything.
Right.
To have a clear playback and have a clear understanding of who these people are and then what happened verbatim. Yeah, the Most High cold. That's a vision. Like you couldn't unsee it if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So
with the visions, it's the clarity is maintained because there's an action that you have to follow.
Yeah.
Right.
And he is And it was to go and confront him.
Yep.
And it couldn't be no obscurity about it. I need you to lay this out in front of him just like this. Because I'm on his heels.
Right.
God.
Well,
Yeah.
God. So basically, what we showing, like, for one thing with David, you knew how the Lord got down. All right, you knew that the Lord, his eyes was up on everything, man. You should have took heed to them warnings, man. Took heed to them warnings. What, you ain't think that the Lord was for real?
And you see,
You
the
thought it was a
severity
game
of
or
his
something?
punishment?
Yeah, it
What
caused
all
his
happened
children to be
leading
killed
up
and
to
his family to be
okay.
in disarray,
You
man.
see that? Because I gave you the highest of the highest accolades. I told the world, I told everybody, you a man after my heart.
Right.
I bragged on you, dude.
I let go of Saul for you, man. Saul was trying to give me a little extra, and I killed him for that.
See that?
You know what I'm saying?
This how you do me.
Let's get Ezekiel chapter 36 real quick.
That's deep.
All right. Consider your ways, because your ways reflect the Most High. And the Lord not folding for his name to go out like that. He will kill you. Right? And somebody put on hold that first Ezra chapter 1. We going right back to
Remember the
that.
lesson? Do you consider the Lord?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said
Go check that out, man.
36 what?
36 and verse number 19. Start at verse number 19.
Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 19.
Bring it up.
And I scattered them among the heathen.
Right.
And they were dispersed through the countries. According to their way and according to their doings, I judged them.
And the Lord gave us that warning up in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and Leviticus chapter 26. Right? The Lord gave us those warnings from the beginning of what he was going to do to us.
And
right?
30 and 19.
Okay. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 20. And when they entered into the heathen, whether they went, they profaned my holy name.
So this was a punishment for you, but you started acting like the heathens, man. You profane my holy name. You're supposed to show them, even though that I'm underneath your captivity and the Lord sent me here, I'm still a holy people, man.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to go according to the ways of the Lord. Yeah, I messed up, right? A righteous man falls 7 times, right? But I'm gonna get back up in this thing, and the Lord, maybe he'll give me some what they call it
mercy.
But yeah, he'll give me some mercy, man. Kind of get me up out of this Pokemon a little early, man. Right? Key reader.
When they said to them, these are the people of the Lord,
right?
And are gone forth out of his land.
Let's see, look, they said that these are the people. Basically, you could take that as a question, man. So these is the people of the Lord?
That's a mockery.
Yeah. These is the people of Yahweh. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Really?
Right? Really? Really?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Yeah. But I had pity for mine holy name.
He said he had pity for his holy name. Read.
I mean, the Lord was like,
yeah, man, because it's his reputation on the line. He's not talking about having pity on you. He talking about on his name, man. His reputation. Keep reading on that.
That's the longest yard damn spirit, man. Remember when everybody reckoned?
Oh, right.
Man, how many stars Mama knocked your ass got? She said, you got a half a star. Lord said, man, now I got to stab somebody. This is how the Lord pity, and he like, man,
right, man,
for real. Man.
Right. To show them that I'm for real.
I'm for real.
Right? Keep reading.
Not no damn joke around here.
Right.
Which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen.
See, he said, but I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen.
Whether they went.
Right? Read verse 22.
Therefore say unto the house of Israel.
Right.
Thus saith Yahweh of power.
Right.
I do not this thing for your sake.
He said what?
I do not this thing for your sake.
He don't do this for you. The mercies for you is not for you. Right? Keep reading.
O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake.
But for his what?
For mine holy name's sake.
Read.
Which ye have profaned amongst the heathen, whether ye went.
The mercy that the Lord shows toward our people is not for our sake. Right? is for his reputation's sake. What does that mean? And what do you mean by reputation, right? The Lord, give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 7.
Drop down to 31.
Okay.
If you take heed to that warning, then you're going to examine yourself to make sure that you're in accordance with that warning. That's what 31 touch on.
Okay.
Then shall you remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourself in your own sight for your own iniquities and for your abominations. This is after I have to put boot to ass.
Right.
You're going to take some time, sit there, lick your wounds, and think about that.
Right. Bring that out. That Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 7. Real quick.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 7.
Right.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people.
Right, keep reading.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he will keep the oath.
He will what?
Because he will keep the oath.
Read.
Which he has sworn unto your fathers.
So if he doesn't keep the oath that he swears down for, the Lord wanted to kill us multiple times. All right, multiple times. He was gonna kill us down to the last person. Right? He was just gonna leave one of us. It was gonna be a whole bunch of Hebrew Mosesites and Hebrew Aaronites out here, man. Literally. But he didn't do that for the sake of his reputation and the things that he promised our forefathers, such as Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and even Moses. Literally. That he would save us and not really kill us off. That's why he like, I'm gonna kill some of y'all. I'm not gonna what do you say? I'm not gonna wholly destroy you. But yeah, you gonna get a tap on that ass, man. Right? Go ahead,
somebody get the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse number 10. Because it kind of touches on that as well. Like, I ain't gonna kill all y'all off, but somebody got to get touched.
Yeah.
Somebody, it got to happen to somebody. I got to at least make some examples around.
Yeah,
right. I got to at least, get my name straight, let you know that I'm not playing, but I'm gonna keep my oath.
Right. And Salaki, in the book of Zechariah, it talks about 2/3 shall be cut off and die.
Right.
But the 1/3 shall be left therein, the remnant. And it says the remnant was afraid when he seen the bombs drop and the judgment on the wicked. It says the remnants was shook. It was like, holy.
You said Wisdom Solomon
12 and verse 10.
And keep in mind, man, that 2/3 being cut off and dying, that's mercy. If you really want to be honest, that's mercy.
That's a mercy kill.
Yeah. And it's gonna hurt like hell, man. But that's mercy. All right, go ahead,
Start at verse 9. It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, starting at verse 9. Not that thou wast unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beast or with one rough word. So there's nothing for the Lord to wipe you out when you get out of pocket. There one word, one rough word could have did you in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? One cruel beast or one rough word. It's easy for me. It's like a snap of the finger. It's nothing. So I could have really did it. Keep going.
Verse 10. But executing thy judgment upon them by little and little.
So that goes again. Like, I'm not gonna kill you all off, but I'm gonna show you I'm not playing.
Right.
I'm gonna execute some judgments upon you little by little, just to keep you to understand who I am and what I'm about. Keep going, King.
Thou gavest them place of repentance.
Gave you a place to repent from it. You still not listening, so that's why I had to execute them judgments. Keep going.
Not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation.
Because then you went off. Like, stop acting like you don't know you went off.
Exactly.
Like, stop acting like we ain't in this position because you went off. I didn't go off. I'm true to my word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop acting like you didn't know you went off. You was the naughty generation. You all started following other gods and other customs of these heathens and doing different things. So stop acting like we not here because of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And that their malice was bred in them, and that their cogitation would never be charged.
So change. So again, it was bred in you from your forefathers. That wickedness that had passed down. So you start keeping them same other customs. Start going off being wicked. Start stop keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And then the cognition will never be changed. It began in regards to it's repeating. Like you act like you don't remember. You keeping it up. You keeping the cycle up. So we only here because of you. But I still show that mercy by just judging you little by little instead of just wiping you all the way off. But stop acting like we here because of me. We been here because I gave you the instructions and you didn't listen.
Right.
And we're taking on that, that consistent of, taking on wickedness and learning of wickedness from our forefathers and continuing it through generation to generation. You wonder why the other nations look at us how they look at us. Right.
Yeah.
And even how they look at the Most High. No respect anymore. All right. Let's get Lamentations chapter 2 and verse number 15.
Hey, and Salakia, cogitation means a constant motion of things,
Right.
non-stop. You keep doing the same exact thing non-stop.
Over and over. It's like you're repeating the same cycle. And
Lamentations 2
and it's
15.
and the word also to mean reflection. Like you ain't taking no time to really reflect on that thing as well. You said Lamentation.
Chapter 2 and verse number 15.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse number 15.
Start at verse number 14.
Make it out.
Verse number 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee.
And that's since the beginning, huh? From seeing of that from the children of Israel, foolishness and vain things. Read on.
And they have not discovered thine iniquity.
Because the children of Israel tried to hide it behind that wall like we was talking about. Right? But the Most High God, he'll eventually show their secret parts.
Let's lock it real quick, man. Right? Imagine being in a holy, righteous society, and then you get a vision of Eve twerking at a headlight, or Jake in harlot's attire. And I said it right. Jake in harlot's attire, man. I would feel like Ezra, man. I'll pull my locks out.
What the hell did I just see?
Exactly. Because Lord, is this a punishment? Like, what did I do? It's a whole listen. You're in you're at home in your homeland. You kind of just made it back. This is how Ezra was feeling. He pulled his hair out, man. Rent his garment, man. When he found out that Israel was taking hold unto them those heathen wives, man. Like, you just got to put that into perspective. How they felt.
What's Og name who ran in the tent and stabbed the hell out of him and the heathen?
Right. Yeah, man. What was that up in Numbers?
Phineas, man. He couldn't take it, man.
Like,
he ran there and
he thrust them both through, man.
Put a
With
spear
face
through his head up.
Yeah,
He feared him.
he had
that same zeal.
Shish kebab.
Yeah.
Mattathias had that same zeal. When that wicked Israelite went to sacrifice swan on the altar,
Jake
right?
We'll take part. I'll take part in it.
Mattathias, what?
Right.
Murder him right there.
God, read on that.
It says, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity.
They couldn't even notice when they was going on. Right? And we see that today, right? Our people don't notice when they going on. It's like we have to be that warning to them, telling them how they going off. Right? That goes back to what 2nd Ezra, the 1st chapter, telling them of their iniquity. Right? Isaiah 58 in verse number 1. All right, read on.
But have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment.
They have false burdens, right? Trying to say, hey, I'm going through things ain't nobody else going through.
Right.
No, it's not uncommon to man, right? And causes of banishment. Banished out of our homeland, right? Banished out of out of your own house. Now the women not even getting Section 8 no more, right? That banishment, read on.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee.
And this be the heathen, and sometimes it be our people too. Clapping their hands, man, hissing, just talking it up, right? Rejoicing in your downfall, read on.
They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem,
right?
Saying, is this the city that men called Salakia? Is this the city that man called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth.
This goes back to the Ezekiel scripture you brought out. Is
God.
this the people of the Lord?
Wow.
That is.
It's the same thing, but the heathen say that. That's why the things that we do, we wonder why the heathen look at us how they look at us. It's no more respect for us of how you want to see Jake. You see Jake down sagging his pants, man, down to his ankles, smoking up.
These Jakes is 40, 50 years old.
Man,
Yeah.
Sad. Just pathetic.
Right.
That's a beautiful point.
God, read on.
All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Now we got our enemies that used to be afraid of us opening up their mouth against us. Should not a dog
Yeah,
move his tongue?
Against man or beast, man.
But now they open up their mouth against us. What they say though, read on.
God. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up.
Now they become prideful. We have done them
Swallowed
bogus.
up.
We done
Man, the TD
man.
What you saying?
Have you ever been swallowed?
Hell no.
Apparently, man, according to the scriptures, man, these other nations that swallowed them Israel love.
So this could be for Israel and the heathen saying the exact same thing.
Yeah,
We have swallowed her up. Look what we done did to them. Right? Read on.
certainly this is the day we looked for.
They've been waiting for this day.
Man,
We have destroyed Israel been.
Look, it
Israel
says,
was still in the belly of the whale, like Jonah.
it says, we have found, we have seen it.
We have found them. We've seen it. We seeing it today in 2024. That's what they saying, huh? So with
really,
breaking that
talking about
reputation of the Lord, that reputation of the Lord to them, they don't care about the reputation
Who's
of the Lord.
saying
now.
we have found them,
The heathen.
The heathen.
right? Because what they was calling us, the lost tribes of Israel,
Mhm.
where they at? Who are they?
We have found
Oh,
it, we
damn.
have seen
So
it.
when we look at Deuteronomy 28 as the curses from a sign perspective, they also looking at this saying, oh, we know who the Israelites are.
Yeah,
There they go. We didn't need Deuteronomy 28. Look at this.
right.
They're just catching up.
Yeah.
Exactly,
See
man.
that?
Catching on.
And it
Ishmael,
goes.
y'all didn't even realize y'all in the belly of the beast. Y'all swallowed
Right.
up.
That goes along with Judas chapter 5 and 17 on down. That's what they have found. That's what they have seen, what they've been looking for. They've been looking for the time that we slip up so that our ruin could come and they can rule over us. Literally, man.
And it also goes as well what Ak was saying and how they disrespect the Most High, because they disrespect Most High and with their pride, because they're looking like, oh, look at your people, they easily broken. This who you chose?
Right.
They easy. Look how we broke
No
them.
faith.
Look how we broke them. Look what we doing to them. Look what the state they in. Because they thinking they still have the pride to do it, but that's also why they mock the Most High as well. Because they like, this the people you chose. We're easy. That's why they think like, oh, we can go box head to head with the Most High. We can
Right.
go box with Yahweh Shai when he comes back.
Right.
That's when they think they have a chance because of these things and how they look at us to this day. Not yet.
Yeah, I got a quick
Read
precept.
verse 17. real quick.
Verse number 17, the Lord had done that which he had devised.
Right.
He had fulfilled his word. See that?
His-
He then gave, and that was going to go into my next precept too. That's crazy. The Lord had done that which he had devised.
the words of the Lord doesn't come back to him void, right?
Come.
Read on.
He had fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the
And-
days of old.
And that of what he commanded day of old is in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43 and 44, where we'll be the tail and our enemies will be the head.
Mhm.
We'll be below and they'll be put on high.
Will be smitten before our enemies.
Exactly. Right, read on.
He had thrown down, Salaki, in the days of old, he had thrown down and had not pitied.
And he hasn't had pity on us. Because what? Our people wanted to rebel after rebellion, after rebellion, after rebellion, after the Most High. Read on.
And he had caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He has set up the horn of thine adversary.
Now they can have a pride month.
Right.
Now they can hip hop, hooray about all the victories they won in battle.
And that
battle.
horn is talking about power, man.
They can even say, yeah, we put y'all in slavery and we did a good job at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's that pride, man.
and you ain't going nowhere. That was off of what, Life?
Yeah. I didn't know.
No, I think that was a menace to society, or Don't Be a Menace. One of them. Yeah, that's
They
the
can
point.
have
No,
heli
no.
days off our, they got heli days of our destruction, things killing.
First Chronicles 21:15.
God.
If hadn't the Lord not made a promise to not completely wipe us out and always keep a remnant of us, had we look at history and the way the destruction fell upon us from a physical death aspect of how our people were dying in large numbers, they could have wiped us out.
Right. God. This First Chronicles chapter 21 and verse number 15.
And
And God sent an angel into Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld, and he repented of himself the evil of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed.
He repented of himself. That means after he put boots there, had the angel out there murking, he kind of started feeling sorry. He kind of remembered, like, you know what, I did put a promise out there. So his name, his reputation is still on the line, even though he whooping ass.
God. He changed his mind, man. He like, he putting in that work. All right.
It's going to tell you what he had to do.
Right. It says, and God sent an angel into Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld, and he repented of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed it, it is enough. Stay now thy hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan at the Jebusite.
They was finna murder all of Israel. Lord had to think about it, man. Look, I made a promise to always keep a remnant. Fall back, man. You didn't killed enough of them. Let's see if they learn.
You saying the Lord pulled a Donald Trump? Stand back, stand by. You know what I mean?
Stand by.
I'm talking about.
Oh, that's bad.
Stand back, stand by. You know what I'm saying?
So that with the Proud Boy?
Yeah, man. He knew it was gonna go on, man.
Look, read 16. Just to show you something.
Okay.
Because the angels were still ready, man.
What was that again? Where was I?
First Chronicles 21, verse 16.
Verse
I got it.
Number 16.
Verse number 16. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of the Lord stand between the earth and the heaven, having a drawn sword in his hand, stretched out over Jerusalem. Then David and the elders of Israel, who were clothed in sackcloth, fell upon their faces.
Repentance. They like, look, Lord, after seeing that, we don't want no more smoke. We sorry, we gonna get it ordered. What you say, dude? Keep what law?
Yeah.
How could you still go off after that?
Right.
Seeing an angel standing before the earth with heaven with a sword in his
That means
hand.
he's at the
Like,
sky.
he was
Everybody's looking
killing.
up, and he got the sword
Man,
ready.
he just
like,
got through put sword to ass.
Right.
He
my
kind
God.
of standing over him now, like
Looking
y'all
down.
knocked out, and he's standing
Right.
over you like, yeah, son, I told you.
Talking to talk.
Oh, I can see him with a sword,
Yeah,
blood dripping from
Yeah.
it. I can see blood dripping from the sword. Like, most I had to say, like, hold on, damn, you killing too good.
Right. You gonna make me have to be a liar. I want to destroy them all.
that's just one.
That's just one.
Right.
But and y'all see this. How could you repent? How could you not repent and keep the law fully after that? Like, bro, you see this.
Hey, in Salakia, that one angel killed what, 70,000? Right? About
God,
70,000.
God.
In Second
God.
Ledger's 19, one of my favorite precepts, 19 and 35.
Mhm.
The Lord sent one angel against Sennacherib, because Sennacherib was talking crap against Yahweh Shemel Shai and Hezekiah. And the Lord said, I'm gonna defend this city for my name. That's what he said in Second Kings 19. So he said, I'm gonna defend this city to protect my name, because this dude right here is talking crap, talking about I'm gonna take this God, I'm gonna destroy this God. I already killed this nation God. Your God is next.
He had the Nicanor spirit on him, man.
Right.
And the Heliodorus spirit on him.
Right.
Run up in here, huh?
Right.
So the Lord said, I'm gonna protect Jerusalem, Judah, for my reputation. And the way he did it, Sennacherib came with his whole army, 185,000. Hezekiah praying, he shook, he don't know what to do. The Lord said, don't worry, I got this. The Lord sent down one angel. And that one angel wiped out Sennacherib's whole entire military army. This man had no more army. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He got wiped out in seconds, 185,000 by one angel. The man went back to his kingdom, and 10 years later, which is crazy, the Lord had his sons killed. He said, I'm not even gonna kill you in an instant. I'm gonna have your sons kill you, and you'll never see it come. About 10 or 20 years later, his two sons killed him. So imagine that past 10 or 20 years, you got no army, you was the king of the world, you had the northern kingdom in slavery, southern kingdom you tried to get to, you was greedy as hell, and the Lord said, nah, I got you.
Right.
So for 10 to 20 years, you shook, you don't know what to do. You like Saul.
Yeah.
The reason why Saul was scared of Goliath, because Saul knew the Most High Spirit wasn't with him no more. And everybody's looking at Saul like, bro, you killed 5,000 Philistines. Why are you scared of this one? They didn't know the Most High already took away his spirit. But he tried to play it off. He tried to play the act. Sitting on the throne as a king here and there, and then he got to protect his pride. And they keep like, yo, bro, you got this man talking crap for a whole month. Say, I'm going to slay this. The Mbuntu dude, 3 years ago, that man said one word and you killed 5,000. This man been talking for a month straight and you ain't doing nothing. What's going on? You scared? Yeah,
Right.
He was scared because the Lord took away that spirit from him. He couldn't kill 1,000 men by himself.
Warrior spirit.
That warrior spirit.
God.
And that just let me back on what you was talking about earlier. Most High can kill you in multiple ways.
Right.
He killed your spirit,
Right.
which the flesh is not dead, but the spirit is dead. And then with the other, like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you patiently and have your own kids killed.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna give you that warning. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
And now you waiting every day, waiting on it.
Right.
You don't know still how it's gonna come.
One more point. That's what happened with David. Because of the sins David committed, the Lord gave him 3 options.
Right.
He said, 1, I'm gonna either give you to your enemies, or the people that hate you, that you slaughtered. 2, I'm gonna have a famine in Israel, right? Or 3,
Plague, I believe.
A
Was
plague,
it plague?
right?
God.
Yeah. So the thing with the Lord, he knew David. So he knew what David loved and what he was scared of. So imagine that, the famine in Israel. Why? Because David loved his people. Same as David as a shepherd loved the sheep. So they know how to guide and deal with the sheep.
Right.
That's why the Lord says a man after the Lord's heart, because he loves his people. So the Lord said, I'm going to torture your people to make you suffer.
Right.
Or I'm going to give you to your enemy, and they've been waiting to get you. Same as the Lord gave us over to the heathens.
Yeah.
And like the scripture said, they was waiting for us. I was waiting for this day.
It's almost like history repeated itself.
Right.
Because like where we at right now, we in the time of Asa now, as far as a collective, as a nation, trying to create a new covenant amongst ourselves
Right.
to the
Coming
Lord,
back.
for him to respect us again and look upon us with favor, right? And we get that in 2 Chronicles 15 and 12. It's just crazy that no matter what book you go into, all you read about is these hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious kids getting their ass whooped.
God.
Get it again,
This
man.
the book of
If it was
Second.
neighbors next door, they'll be calling DCFS on your
Right.
mom and dad. Like, it's always going to beat the hell out the kids. Hey, man, the kids
Right.
always going the hell off.
God.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, and verse number 12. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart.
I'm going to throw my brother Ali. I don't say no names, but you should have pulled this when you was being cut to prove we are in a covenant. We are in a new covenant. Not that new covenant, but we're in a covenant as a nation collectively to get back in favor with the Lord. You know.
God. Start from the top. Yeah, 2 Chronicles. Read it again. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, and verse number 12. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. That whosoever will not seek the Lord God of Israel shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And they and they swear unto the Lord with a loud voice, and with shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets.
Hey, Salakia, this is Jake, man.
Right.
He so don't do this. He don't swear to the Lord and all praises start going in and celebrating and partying and getting lit. This is Jake, man.
How are we doing that? By keeping the Sabbath, keeping the feast days and the high holy days, man. That's how we're doing that. That's how we crying out to him, right?
And all of Judah rejoice at the oath, for they have sworn with all their heart and sought him with all their desire, with their whole desire. And he was found of them, and the Lord gave them rest round about.
They say with their whole desire. I mean, after seeing the death, they was rebuking the hell out of each other. They were making sure that everybody was on point.
Right.
So that we don't have to get the wrath of the Lord. Because you got to remember, during this time, and even now, but during these days, hey man, one was accountable for everybody. The Lord was really judging the whole nation because there's a brotherhood, there's a camaraderie in being held accountable, holding each other accountable. We become weak. They can play us against each other. That's why it's always been a history of someone from within us selling us the hell out. Because everybody's not being held accountable for their actions and their behaviors. And this is what this covenant was about. It's the same as us. When we form these camps and we come forth with these rules, regulations, and obligations that govern us as a camp, that's part of the moral laws and our civil laws that we uphold. This is why it's so important that when you're a part of a camp, man, you have to adhere to the rules and regulations set forth by your elders and your senior men and your leaders, because it keeps us locked into our moral laws, which is this covenant right here, that we collectively agree that we're going to, from this point on, keep your law, statutes, and commandments. And anybody out there in them highways and hedges and them byways who buck up against us teaching this word, bring death upon them.
Yes.
Mark
them. Because the Lord is gonna get up with them. All right. The Lord is gonna get up with all they that gainsay against the words of the Lord.
You brought it out earlier.
Right.
This ain't our words.
Yeah.
This his words. This his reputation. You scoffing and snaring at. Yeah. So really, he coming after you, not because what you saying to us.
Right.
You saying that to him.
Let's get Baruch chapter 2 and verse number 1.
Hey, quick point.
Go ahead.
A lot of deaths in the Sabbath, and the Sabbath is the day of rest. So either you gonna rest on the Sabbath,
or I'm gonna put you
to
rest.
Lord gonna put your ass to rest.
Right.
Eternal complete.
Right.
You going into the old eternal.
Right. Baruch chapter 2 and verse number 1.
That's the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse number 1.
Bring it up.
Therefore, the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us, and against our judges that judge Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah.
Everything that the Lord has promised us has come to pass. All the warnings, if you do this, then I'm going to do that. If you don't do this, then I'm going to do that. All that has came to pass. And the Lord then gave us this book actually to remind us of the promises that he gave on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side. Because there's left-hand promises. Those promises consist of you going on slavery on slave ships, having fatherless households, being cursed in every part of the world, right? Whether you go in or come out, all those things have happened to us that the Lord done pronounced against us, right? Keep reading.
God. To bring upon us great plagues, such such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the things
Read that line again.
to bring upon us great plagues, such as never happened under the whole heaven.
Right there. Didn't the Lord say there's nothing new under the sun?
Right.
That which was before shall be, and that which is shall be again.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing it. What that tell you about the anger and the wrath that he had to say, you know what? I gotta create something new for these.
Right, for real.
Right.
Like real talk though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something to really think about on the wickedness of our people, that he had to come with a new invention in ways of punishing us.
Right.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. He got angels for that, man. That kind of they cooking up in their COVID bowl, man, and kind of pouring. They stirring it, man. He got new variants and new diseases coming out. Right? They pour that thing up on the earth, all because we didn't take heed to the warnings that the Lord then gave us on how to act and what we would get for acting that way. Right? Keep reading on that.
As it came to pass in Jerusalem,
right,
according to the things that were written in the law of Moses.
In the what?
In the law of Moses.
So these things was written aforetime for us to take heed to. And even those things that was written up in the prophets, those things are for us to take heed to now. Right? Now let's go back to the book of First Esdras.
Lucky, go up one. Go back, go up, stay right there, go to chapter 1 and read that last one, 22.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, come on. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 1 and verse 22. But every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart, to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of the Lord our God.
God. So as long as you stray away from the Most High God and what he got going on, and you look about to do your own things that seem right up in your eyes, hey, you got death at the door, man. Good.
I had a quick precept on that point of what you just said. Real quick, let's get Joshua chapter 24. And let's start at verse number 17, right? Exactly what was being said, man, right? With you leaving or departing from the Lord, there's certain things that happen to you, right? It's serving those strange gods, right? Bringing that up where you got it.
Book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 17. For the Lord our God, he it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the ways wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed.
Right, read on.
And the Lord drave out from before us all the people, even the Amorites, which dwelt in the land. Therefore will we serve the Lord, for he is our God.
So the children of Israel is acknowledging everything that the Most High God did for them, right? And at the end of it, they said, therefore will we also serve the Lord, for he is our God, right? Read on.
Verse 19. And Joshua said unto the people, ye cannot serve the Lord.
Now, after the children of Israel said, we gonna serve the Lord, Joshua said, y'all can't serve the Lord. Right off the rip. Read on. Yeah, you can't, y'all can't do it. But why?
For he is an holy God.
He's separate, right?
He is a jealous God.
Right.
He would not forgive your transgressions nor your sins.
Right, because the children of Israel at this time and even after and before were serving strange gods, making them idols, man. Right, read on.
If ye forsake the Lord and serve strange gods,
like we was just talking about, like Gabar was just talking about, read on.
Then he will turn and do you hurt.
Now it comes that punishment. Off the rip, that's playing upon table.
Bad.
Right. Read on.
And consume you.
Right, read on.
After that, he have done you good.
After all the things that the Most High God did for you that was good, or everything that happened in your life that was for your good, and you just disobeyed the Most High, now hurt, all this depression, all this stress, all these calamities is gonna happen to the children of Israel because they wanted to say, hey, we gonna serve the Lord.
Right.
Joshua said, y'all can't serve the Lord.
Right.
He a holy God.
That's called ungrateful.
Now look at this. Read on. Last
Mhm.
one.
Verse 21. And the people said unto Joshua, Nay, but we will serve the Lord.
Right. So they went against Joshua and said, nah, we gonna serve the Lord. Right? Read on. Right.
And Joshua said unto the people, Ye are witnesses against yourselves that ye have chosen you the Lord to serve him.
Now, usually you would need witnesses, right? But Joshua said, you're a witness unto yourself now.
He said, turn to your right and say, neighbor. Hey, you are a witness. Y'all are witnesses against each other now.
Right. Exactly. So you gonna have to hold yourself accountable. If you don't serve the Lord now, that's your ass.
Yeah.
Right? Read
You're
on.
gonna have to give account for that.
Exactly.
To serve him, and they said, We are witnesses.
And they agreed.
That's ironclad right there.
Mhm.
Exactly.
No,
So we deserve
Maybe,
everything
yeah.
that happened to us.
Maybe,
Maybe,
maybe.
right.
Right.
I tried to give y'all a name. Y'all want to be proud and say, yay. Okay.
Right.
Right.
We're gonna see about this.
Right.
Put you to the test.
what's funny too is our people, that ass still sound like that to this day, man. Comes to the pork, man. You tell them, man, can't eat the pork. Pork done away with. Yeah. I still want to eat the pork.
Right.
You just heard it too many times.
Okay.
If God want to tell me I can't eat the pork, he'll tell me himself. Now your foot gone.
Right. Because you ain't listening to that warning, man.
Right.
You want it from the Lord's mouth himself, man. Look, so what makes you so proud that you think that you can hear the Lord's mouth himself? They didn't even want to go up on a mountain. Israel did not want to go up on a mountain with Moses, man.
God.
For the fear of the Moses. They said, hell no. You talk to him. We'll stay down here.
Right.
And they forgot all about that fear that they had in the Lord over 40 days, just a little bit over a month. They forgot about all that fear, right? They done seen it stopped thundering and lightning, right? Birds chirping. They like, oh, the coast clear. And then they get to, partying down there. Right. Exactly. You better build me this calf or we gonna kill you.
They was threatening to kill Aaron.
Yeah, man. Build us a God. It's only been a month, brother. Like, for real, it's only been a month.
And man, it might have been more than 613 commandments. Lord had to kind of cut it short. Like these niggas, me say, I ain't even through communing with you. These niggas already forsake me.
Matter of fact, when Christ
Man, don't go down there and kill something.
Right.
The man wasn't even through getting the commandments.
Right.
He literally had to cut it short and go down there and deal with them.
Right.
They kind of got Aaron down there in the damn chicken wing headlock.
Right. Over that golden calf, man.
Yeah.
See?
But our people the same way to this day. Like you were saying, the Lord, they heard that austereness in his voice. Even when we speak at camp to brothers with that austere, manly voice, they break down and become emotional.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got to talk to me like that. I'm a man. You ain't got what that nigga gird up and act like a man. What are you getting in your feelings for?
Right.
Brother?
You got to add the brother on there. But they get more offended.
Because they really be like grown men.
Right.
Emotional because you talking to him like a grown man.
No, you're not talking to me nice.
Nigga,
Why are you yelling? Get out of here with that.
You've never been talked to nice in your
Real.
whole life. All right, but when another man is telling you to do something right with authority in his voice, exactly. Let's go back to 1 Ezra chapter 1. Start at verse number 25.
First Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 25.
Right, because the message is take heed to the warning. The Lord then gave us. He did what? Hebrews chapter 1, man, tells us that the Lord in the days of old spoke to us in sundry times and in diverse manners, man. Right? Then it came to a point where Christ had to come, right, and tell us some more. The warnings are there. Take heed to the warnings. Or your back is finna be stripped of all the meat on it, man. That's basically what's gonna happen.
What happened when Jake see a warning of another Jake getting killed or something happening further? It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
That's your warning too, Playboy.
Exactly. every Jake
Until
in
they
every
knock on their door
Right.
and be like, excuse me, sir or ma'am, do you happen to have a son or a daughter by the name of son? Yeah, they dead or they missing. They've been
Right.
kidnapped. Now you want everybody else to heed the warning from you.
right.
But when the warning came by way of somebody else, and your kids out here or your people following in that same path, it didn't have nothing to do with you.
Right, you didn't
Right.
care.
You didn't care.
See that?
They'll
Right.
even say, "Oh, it couldn't be me. I would have did this, this, and that."
Yeah,
Now it happens to you. What you doing now?
it's a fish fry.
Right.
Somebody got
Literally.
dentist to damn bury you. Man.
Right.
Right, go find
Jake ain't got no life insurance.
Right.
Your body's sitting down there at the morgue 45 days while your people selling fish dinners, trying to get up enough money just to bury you.
Right.
I know some people who lost a loved one and just couldn't get the bread up. They end up basically just giving the body to the state as a cadaver, so they can let some Edomite doctors at school chop and screw on the body to learn.
If to learn, you know how Esau get down.
And you know, half of them organs went to the black market.
Right.
They got paid, sucked the melanin up out of them.
Organs.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then just burnt the rest of it.
Right. So this is gonna show what happens to even a king when he does not take heed to the warnings of the Most High God. Take heed to the warnings. Read verse 25.
First Esdras chapter 1 and verse 25.
Okay.
Now, after all these acts of Josiah, it came to pass that Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, came to raise war at Karachim
Right.
upon Euphrates. And Josiah went out against him. But the king of Egypt sent to him, saying, "What have I to do with thee, O king of Judah?"
Read.
Judea, Salakia. "I am not sent out from the Lord God against thee."
He said, I'm not sent out from the Lord God against you. Right? Meaning I got some business to handle on the Most High God's behalf. Keep reading.
And you know the way he said that, that's like a possessiveness.
Yeah.
As if it's his God too.
Right.
Right. "I am not sent out from the Lord God against thee.
Right.
For my war is up on Euphrates, and now the Lord is with me."
He's look, and he bragging again. And it just imagine how Josiah is thinking, man. He not thinking about the message. He's like, how dare this damn heathen.
Right.
The Lord is with you. It's gonna show you what Josiah is finna do next, man.
He's like, "Nah, Lord with me."
Right. But take heed to the message, to the warning. Right? Keep reading.
"Now the Lord is with me. Yea, the Lord is with me, hasting me
He
forward.
kind of doubled down on that thing, man.
Uh,
Right? Keep reading.
Depart from me
He said, get the hell out of my face. Read.
and be not against the Lord."
Be not against the Lord. Look, do you hear how the heathen is
Heathen.
talking? Now,
Because he
Josiah
said, "Man, for me and you get on that." But he like, dude, you really beefing with your own God, right?
exactly. But it's a pride up in it, man.
Uh,
You got to
Like
put
going
that pride
before
to
the
the side. Yeah, you got to go ahead and go up in them chronicles, man, and go up in those prophets and see what if there's any validity, man.
You just said it though. I kind of got to believe that. He just couldn't believe that this damn heathen is being used by his God.
Just think, listen to this.
You don't keep the law.
This the crazy thing, though. Check this out. For one thing, this is after Passover, and an Egyptian is talking to you like this. You just celebrated the most mighty Passover when the Passover is about you getting saved from Egypt and the Lord killing an Egyptian. Just imagine the mindset. A lot of brothers will be up in that mindset like, I could kill you right now.
Zeal is up
The
there.
zeal is up there, but your studying got to be on par with your zeal, though. Right? Keep reading.
So like you hear an Egyptian tell you, "Get away from me, depart from me."
Yeah.
Like,
Who you
and
talking to?
You're dismissed
Like,
type of thing,
right.
and I'm supposed to rule over you.
Yeah, man. It's a big pride checker. Right? Keep reading.
Howbeit Josiah did not turn back his chariot from him.
That's true. Up in his pride, he like, I should get down on you right now. The Lord with me. We just did a Passover up in his name. And it was mighty too.
Man, just Jehu.
Yeah, man.
He just pulled up on him in the chariot and up the blick.
right.
Get out on you right now.
Right, for real. It's because the zeal is crazy. But don't let the zeal of your father's house eat you up like that. You got to be, your studying have to be on par with the zeal, right? You can have a zeal, you know all the cuts to kill Esau, right? But you didn't study Genesis chapter 27. That to now this point, you want to wage war against Esau up in his kingdom, not knowing he was blessed with the sword. Make sure your studying is on par with your zeal, man. And take heed to the warnings that the Lord give you, right? Keep reading.
Hey, like it. Jake's still doing it. You seen what was the dude name? The black guy that had all the Jakes with all the guns trying to go marching around.
Grandmaster J.
Like them little guns y'all got gonna stop Esau and all his tanks and bombs and all
right.
he got.
And Esau ended up winning. And they all, some died and some went to prison.
You see what I'm saying?
And Esau don't care. He'll kill some of his own if it means him getting the victory.
Yeah. Hey, that's what he told him I think it was one of the military movies we was watching. And he was like, he said, man, just drop the bombs on him. He said, but sir, our men are down there. He said, but we'll kill theirs too.
Yeah.
He told
See that?
He told him, we gonna kill theirs too. We gotta sacrifice the fruit for the many.
Right, man. You see
They
that?
knew what they signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
We just gonna send a letter to their family, tell them they was killed KIA. Okay,
Right.
Cut them a check, and all is well.
Right.
And drop the damn bomb.
Because, right, continue reading.
Verse 28, howbeit, Jehu did,
right.
Howbeit, Josiah did not turn back his chariot from him,
Right.
but undertook to fight with him, not regarding the words of the prophecy of the prophet Jeremiah spoken by the mouth of the Lord.
He didn't regard the prophecies that the Lord, right, gave. Now, up in the book of Deuteronomy, every one of the kings is supposed to have a copy, man, of the law, and supposed to be studied, man. Josiah, this brings a thought in my mind. You was worried about teeing up, man.
Celebration.
Yeah, man. You wasn't on your studies.
Right.
You know, keep reading on that. And that prophecy is up in Jeremiah chapter 46, man. Verse number 1. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 29. But joined battle with him in the plain of Megiddo, and the prince came against the king Josiah.
Right.
Then said the king unto his servants.
Look, and this is the thing, man. It didn't last long, man.
Right.
It didn't last long. When you going up against the Lord, it don't last long. Because
one rough word.
Word, man. Literally. And you can read about this account in I believe First Kings, I believe. Right?
Chronicles too.
Right? Yeah, read that.
Then said the king unto his servants, carry me away out of the battle.
He said what?
Carry me away out of the battle.
He got Rickied, man. That's what happened, man. King Josiah's got Ricky for not listening to the Most High God, man.
Minding your business.
Minding your damn business.
Right.
Stay up in your lane, right? Keep reading.
For I am very weak.
Yeah, man. Because you got hit with something dangerous, man. Keep reading.
And immediately his servants took him away out of the battle. Then got he up on his second chariot.
Yeah, because
standby getaway vehicle.
Right. Yeah. You know what? Because look, he's on his chariot. You know, he got his weapon. He got hit and then fell down off of it. He said,
Chariot
"Get me up off my
chopped up,
chariot."
Turn and switch cheese.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, go grab the ambulance, man. All right, basically, give me on my litter, right? Keep reading.
Then got he up on his second chariot, and being brought back to Jerusalem, died, and was buried in his father's sepulchre.
Let's see, he was buried in his father's sepulchre, and he died before his time. Right, he died before his time for not listening to the Most High God and being studied up into the scriptures. That didn't only affect him. They just got done with Passover. You don't want to lose nobody after Passover, let alone the king. But keep reading, Ak. Because you not listening to the Lord and you not being studied, it don't only affect you. It affects the people around you as well. Take heed to the warning, right? Keep reading.
And in all jewelry, they mourned for Josiah. Yeah, Jeremy the prophet lamented for Josiah, and the chief men with the women made lamentation for him unto this day. And this was given out for an ordinance to be done continually in all the nation of Israel.
And so, if you really want to be honest, man, after Passover, we probably got to throw up a fast, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that was given for an ordinance, man. That's all for not listening to the Most High. Now, what was that? Now, what was the prophecy? Right. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 46. Right, Jeremiah chapter 46, and let's start at verse number 1.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 46, and verse 1. The word of the Lord which came to Jeremiah the prophet against the Jennies.
Right, the Gentiles, right? God. Read.
Against Egypt, against the army of Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt, which was by the river Euphrates in Carchemish.
The Salakia, Carchemish. God.
Carchemish. Which Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, smote in the 4th year of Joachim.
Jehoiakim.
Yeah.
The son, keep reading.
Son of Josiah, king of Judah.
Right, keep reading.
Order ye the buckler and shield and draw near to battle.
This is the Lord talking against Egypt, right? And Pharaoh knew of these things, man. Right? You can't be, they can't be more deep into their prophecies than you. You're supposed to be relaying the message, for one. Because all the prophecies and everything is for your benefit, for you to stay up on game, for you to be ahead of all of the nations, so that all the nations can look at you as a wise, right, and a wise people, man, right, a great and wise people, according to, I believe, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse number 6 on down. Right, keep reading.
Harness the horses and get up, ye horsemen, and stand forth with your helmets.
He's saying, get ready for war, man. Keep reading.
Furbish the spears and put on the brigadians.
Read.
The brigadines.
God.
Wherefore have I seen them dismayed and turned away back, and their mighty ones are beaten down and are fled apace and look not back. For fear was round about, saith the Lord.
So, and that's not even the whole prophecy, but this is where you can read it at. We don't have to read the whole prophecy. But Josiah did all of that to get smoked by his enemy and for his enemy to get smoked. Long story short, Pharaoh didn't win that war. Nebuchadnezzar, he smoked him, man. Right? I believe, man. I'm correct, man. Yeah, man. So don't die for no reason. Why die before your time? You was a mighty king. You brought about a mighty Passover, but even up in the pride of your heart, you failed to your zeal, man. Take heed to the warning, man. Right? We just got a few more minutes left. Let's get a last couple of precepts, right? Let's get the book of Isaiah chapter 46 and verse number 10. Right? And 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse number 4 as well.
Isaiah 46.
And verse number 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning,
right,
and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasures.
Right. So the Lord, so the Lord gave you instruction for you to follow, right? And he gave you warning, right? Warning from him that you should follow so that you won't die before your time, man. If we don't take heed to the warnings, we're going to fall victim to whatever the Lord got going on with the other nations that don't got nothing to do with you. All right? Bring that up.
2nd Ezra 9 and 4.
Con.
Matthew 13 and 17.
Con.
Then shalt thou, it's 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yeah, even from the beginning. So the things that are going on right now, the Lord from the beginning told us that it was going to happen. Right? That's why you got your Genesis chapter 49s, man, where Jacob said, gather yourselves together, my sons, basically, so that I could tell you, so I could tell you what may befall you in the last days. Right? That was given to him from the Most High God. He didn't make that up of his own accord, man, and of his own counsel. He got that from the Lord. Right? So we got to take heed to the message and take heed to the warnings, or else we're gonna die before our time, man. All right.
Hey,
Y'all got it.
And a quick point. If anybody know the story, like we always talk about Feast of Tabernacles, but also we talk about Feast of Dedication with Alexander the Greek. Alexander the Greek, I'll put the information on the group chat. Alexander the Greek was chosen by the Lord to usher in the Greek Empire, right? Like the book of Daniel, chapter 8. The same thing with Nebuchadnezzar was chosen by the Lord to usher in the Babylonian Empire.
God.
And Nebuchadnezzar was destined to destroy the Egyptian Empire so he could add it in to the Babylonian Assyrian Empire.
Right.
So when Josiah is coming in trying to stop the Pharaoh from getting his behind whooped by Nebuchadnezzar, he's trying to stop prophecy. Right. Same thing with Alexander. The Israelite priest had a dream that the Lord gave him about Alexander, that when Alexander come to reign, you got to let him reign. Because y'all messed up. And the Lord sent a dream to Alexander as well. When he see the specific priest that's an Israelite, show him mercy. And show the Israelites mercy. And Alexander was a king of knowledge too. So when Alexander ruled, he showed Israel mercy. He actually did. It was after Alexander died, that's when the 4 generals came in. And then they started enforcing the Greek customs and all of this stuff. But when Alexander was actually alive, he showed Israel mercy. But the Lord still used him because he died at 33. He was still wicked. He still had his lifestyle, LGBT, homosexual.
Trying to rebuild the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
Lord smoked
him. Yeah. But pertaining to him dealing with Israel, Alexander the Greek himself literally showed Israel mercy because the Lord showed him the dream that you're going to be reigning as the first king of the Greeks. And you're going to have to rule in that time. Once you die, the 4 generals going to come in and they're going to put Israel in a much wicked oppression. So he did show mercy. And guess what? The Lord had the angels fight with Alexander on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So who are you to tell the Lord what he can do, what he can't do?
Right.
God.
The thing is, all of this is playing out for you Israelites. Yeah.
Right. So come back to the Lord.
It's to get you to come back to him so he can give you your rightful place.
And a quick precept I could write down, Jeremiah 50:6. It says, basically the heathen was saying, we didn't sin against your God. You did. That's why we can do whatever the hell we want to you now.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jeremiah 50:6. That's a mighty precept. To back up showing the heathens know what was going on. They was waiting for us to mess up. So the whole point is, Israel, wake your behind up, wake up Jacob, come back to the Lord, keep the commandments. Don't worry about the heathen. They're going to get their judgment. But guess what? You're going to get yours first.
That's what they don't realize.
1 Peter 4:17. Yeah. The angels, the death angels in Ezekiel chapter 9, they coming for you first. Because you had the laws and you messed up. And you're supposed to be the example to the rest of the nations how to keep the laws, commandments of God and to show respect to Yahweh Shem Shai. You messed up. You damaging the reputation of the Lord. So the angels going to come for your behind first. Don't worry about Esau. Get yourself in check.
Matthew 13,
17 and 13. Jeremiah 28:8. Along the other 2 that the bar has just pulled.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse number 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Just touching on what Paul was just bringing out. All of this stuff was, you were warned about this beforehand. So now that you're living in the end time prophecy, is happening around you right now. Why are you confused and dismayed? This is happening because you didn't take heed to the warning. You didn't make the necessary changes to avoid these things. He's talking about pestilences. Our people lead in high blood pressure and damn
Gout.
and cancers and HIVs and all this different stuff. These are pestilence that the Lord said wouldn't cleave unto you if you kept the law, if you followed his ordinances. Right. So you didn't listen to the warning that was written aforetime for your learning. And if you couldn't read, he made damn examples so you can get a visual of what I do.
Visual learning.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't read, he sent you visions.
You know what I'm saying? You can't read, then I'm gonna show you. Right? Matthew, 13 and 17.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse number 17. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye heard, and have not heard them.
Right? Many people would have loved to got those warnings, like us. You know what I'm saying? But we sitting here, we have to search and figure these mysteries out and dive into the scriptures and learn about them and take heed to it, because we don't get to see the signs. We don't get those signs that y'all have. We don't see the angel standing in between the earth, blood dripping from his sword. Right? The Lord ain't coming to us in visions by day and by night. Our people out here marching all over the damn world talking about Black Lives Matter. Yahweh Shai is nowhere near that. If anything, he a death angel on the sideline marking Negroes.
Right.
Y'all think y'all marching, y'all got another one coming after this, about to kill some more. Then in the midst of them marching, he sent an Edomite to shoot the march up.
Let me just get one, because again, we talked about sitting in visions and also dreams, but he sent us out on these highways and hedges as well to come teach. So give me get that, King.
This
Jeremiah 44, 4-6.
This is Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse number 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
He's sent us to come tell you to stop doing the abominable things which you hate as well. Coming on these highways and these hedges as well. Sending out the prophets of old and now the prophets of new. Of sending you out, telling you these things that the Most High hate. Keep going, King.
But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness to burn no incense unto other gods.
Still want to do these other things, man, and you don't want to listen. So that's why we got to keep having count. Because that means you don't want to keep listening. You turning your ears, you don't want to hearken, you don't want to incline. But keep going as well.
Wherefore my fury and my anger was poured forth, and was kindled in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate as at this day.
We wonder why our cities, citywide, worldwide, everywhere we go, we're slain and we're spiritually dead. So with us being wasted and desolate, we're spiritually dead, we're spiritually wasted. And it's worldwide. And all the cities of what Israel lies. We're spiritually dead there. But it's because we played with the Most High, he had to put his wrath and his fury upon us. And I yield.
I got one more before we end on in regards to respecting the Most High with his warning and what he'll do to you. Let's go with Amos 5 and 18.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse number 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush for Yahweh Shai to return and them chariots to return if you ain't in order. Definite destruction unto you that desire the day of the Lord. That's supposed to be a good thing for Israel, right? But if you didn't take heed to the warning, and you still not taking heed to the warning, what the hell are you rushing him to come back for?
Right.
go commit suicide. Because he ain't coming back to shake your hand and hug you. He coming to kill you. Right? You know?
To what end is it for you?
What is the Lord's return for you? Is you getting it? Is you considered for the kingdom? If you had to judge your behavior, your actions right now, are you fit for the kingdom? Right? The question we once asked. Now you got to turn to your brothers and ask them, man, do you want me to make it to the kingdom?
Right.
If the answer is yes, now I gotta ask you, all right, what you been doing to correct me and help me get to the kingdom? Have you been rebuking me when I've been going the hell off? Right? Have we been gathering like we supposed to? What is that day unto you, man? Right? Read.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Just in case you was confused about what that day is, I'm not coming back as Don y'all used to say, giving out no damn Chico sticks and balloon animals. I'm coming to draw blood, right? Read the next line. For all those, and this is for the heathens, right? All your upscale Hebrew Israelites that's holding hands with the heathens, who got chicken shacks built underground, right? And all this stuff thinking y'all gonna hide. Go ahead.
And as if a man did flee from a lion,
Yahweh. Go ahead.
And a bear met him and went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
You kind of running, hitting the dips, jumping the gates, like an Edomite in a horror movie. The killer chasing you, you falling, getting up.
You run right.
You done ran somewhere and think you got away.
Right.
Ooh, you almost got me. Oh.
Not knowing you running right to the trap.
What y'all part say up in this song?
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You know what I'm saying? Cap was talking about that the other day. You actually following the path that the Lord has set up to lead you to where you're gonna be smoked at.
Right.
Specific death too.
Get one more.
Place and time.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse number 5.
Okay. You can also hit that up with Leviticus 26, 36, and Job 20.
Talking about the shaking leaf.
The whole Bible.
Right.
Finish.
Let's do book of Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse number 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning.
And took what?
And took not warning.
See, he heard the trumpet. He heard the message, right? But he didn't take warning. He didn't take heed of it. Ezekiel 33 and 5. Read that again.
He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning.
Read.
His blood shall be upon him.
His what?
His blood shall be upon him.
Bro, that's your fault. Basically, right? Keep reading.
But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Shall what?
Shall deliver his soul.
You'll deliver your soul if only you will listen, right? Don't be hard-headed, Israel. Right? Why should you die before your time? Why should your blood be spilled? Just for the sake of what? Your pride? Right? Your lack of comprehension? Just take heed to the warning. Do what brothers are saying, man. Right? In the name of the Most High. And in his word, man. Right? Don't be hard-headed and stiff-necked because you can die.
Yeah.
Like, your life don't continue forever. The Lord kills you up in the worst ways, man. I seen a video, man, on Instagram, man. Right? Esau tried to kill himself. He landed, I don't know if y'all know, up in New York, they got these little light poles that sit like yay high. Yeah. Right? He jumped from the tallest building. He landed on that, man. That thing went through him and out of his shoulder, and he did not die.
He bled and impaled himself.
Exactly. So, like, later on, he died, like way later, but he felt all of that. And they had to remove that pole. Just the mere vibration of probably sawing it, because he had to go up in the ambulance, man. He was still alive. You can't just take a body, take him off the pole. No. You saw that thing off, just the mere vibration of sawing it off was complete and utter agony, man. The Lord will kill you in the worst way.
I don't
Take
know if
heed.
y'all remember back in the days, man, in the early 90s, there used to be a show came out that used to come on called 1,000
The
Ways
Ways
to
to
Die.
Die.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
God.
What was the other one? Riding.com. Riding or something. Right?
Riding.com.
Yeah, that was
God,
all them death.
Autopsy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
God.
Showing you some stuff, man. You playing.
All right. Yeah, one up.
Yeah. Let's get Ezekiel Slaki. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 19.
Uh,
Yeah, home part got this.
God.
1 Kings 19, verse 15.
1 Kings chapter 19.
Paul got it up.
Oh, yes.
God.
Many water.
God.
Don't shake the building, brother.
God.
We still need to come back next week. Some many waters, man. Shake the earth.
God.
Bring it out. Good.
The book of First Kings, chapter 19, and verse 15.
Bring it out.
And the Lord said unto him, Go, return on the way to the wilderness of Damascus. And when thou contest, anoint, when thou comest, anoint
So,
Hazael to
God.
be king of Assyria.
right. So this is Elijah. Elijah's about to pass the torch, right? The Lord told Elijah, go to the king of Damascus and anoint Hazael of Assyria, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's basically telling Elijah, this is the power of the prophets. He's telling Elijah to pass the torch in that kingdom of the heathens, let's say Esau, Moab, whatever. I'm going to use you to dictate who's going to be the next king. Right? Read on.
And Jehu, the son of Nimshah, shall I anoint to be king over Israel.
Now, these are people that wasn't king yet. Right? The Lord told Elijah, go to Israel and anoint Jehu as king. Next. Same thing he did with Samuel. He told Samuel, go to David. No, go to Saul and anoint him as king. Then he said, go to David and anoint him as king. Right? Read on.
And
Elisha,
the son of Shaphat of
Abu Mahalah.
Abu Hamalah, shall I anoint to be a prophet in thy womb.
So now, what is happening? Now he's telling Elijah, prepare yourself for the next person that's going to take your spot.
Mm.
When you're gone. He's telling Elijah to anoint the next generations. When it comes to Israel, when it comes to the heathen nations, when it comes to the prophet. So he said, for Damascus, the heathens, Syria, anoint Hazael. For Israel, his people, anoint Jehu. Now,
Same thing with Moses and Joshua.
the same exact thing, right? Now, it's going to get crazy. He said, for you, anoint Elisha, right? Read on.
It shall come to pass that him that escaped the sword, Hazael, shall Jehu slay.
Look at that.
Mm.
So what is he saying? Yo,
He's straight clean up crew, man.
right, exactly. And what's crazy, what happened? Remember, Elisha was known as what? A prophet that had double portion of Elijah.
God.
Guess what? Hazael had double portion of the previous Syrian king. Jehu, spirit, had the double portion of the previous Israelite king. So the Lord used Elijah to anoint the next generation and basically telling the next generation the judgment level is going to be double. It's going to be worse. Look, you looking at Jehu for Israel, the same way Hazael was for his people. And same way Elisha was for everybody. So double portion Elisha, he did double more than Elijah. Jehu was ruthless because the Lord wanted it like that. That's why he killed both the northern kingdom king and the southern kingdom king. And he got rid of Ahab and he got rid of Jezebel.
Hitman, and he smoked her son too.
Right, and he smoked the son.
He pulled up and did a drive-by on him.
Right, that was the cleanup crew. The next generation was literally the cleanup crew, but they had to learn from the previous generation because they learned from what? The warnings
right
that happened with the previous generation. And it's the same thing in these times. We're setting up a standard. We're setting up a foundation so that what? We can establish the pillar for the next generation. But we got to take heed to the warning because our forefathers didn't. Same as we got to tell our children, the next generation, take heed to that warning and become better. So the Lord created a triangle of death. You run from this guy, you run from your own people from the judgment, Putin gonna get you. You run from Putin, Kamala or Trump gonna get you.
Right.
You run from Kamala or Trump, the Israelites gonna get you. So either you keep the law or you finish.
Right.
Either way, yeah.
You need to get some protection on you. Need allies. Get some protection on your side.
Right.
On the all state.
So, I wanted to drop that, man. The Lord ain't playing. You ain't gonna get away from that judgment.
God. So basically, the message is take heed to the warnings of the Most High God, man, and keep your life.
Please
keep your life. What he said, keep God in your life.
Right.
Right. Keep the Lord in your life, man, and always consider His word. If you don't believe up in His word, then you finish for the most part, man. You're an infidel, man. Basically.
What do you call them in Revelation? You're Antichrist.
Right. And so, look, take heed to the records that the Lord left for you and your people, man. So, with that, all praises to you. How about Shem Yahushua, man? This is the end of the Sabbath class, man. Kwam Yashala. Who got next?
We got next.
Foul on.
Foul.
What we gonna do?
Take the king.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Khan.
Yeah.
Khan.
That's right.
Khan.
All praises.